We are going to see what gold is trying to do. But I hope everyone has had a great Monday. Patrick is in the building. Shout out to you, Patrick, actually. I was looking at your account, but you don't seem to post. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing good. But we are here today. Today is Monday, the 27th. And of course, if we look at what gold has done so far. So this was, of course, Friday. Then Monday opened up around here. Monday was able to open up around here. And of course, it left this huge gap. This is gold. Whoever is asking, it is gold. It left this huge gap, of course, which it had to fill at some point. And if you don't know that, I made analysis on YouTube. I made some bit of analysis. I put up a YouTube video today explaining about what's happening with gold. And yeah, that is basically it. But you're welcome to today's live stream. Eric Bahati, I hope you're doing good. I hope all of you guys on here, make sure you like the stream. That is the only way you can support us, by liking the stream, right? So leave me a like, and if you have any question, especially questions about trading, questions about forex, questions about futures, questions about prop farms, I'm your guy. That is why I'm here. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you. But we are going to look at what gold is doing and what we should look forward to for the week. This draw, it has given some good moves, but so yeah, of course it left this gap and it skyrocketed. Most of us were sleeping by this time, right? If I'm not mistaken, most of us were sleeping at around this time. So we woke up when gold was around here. All here, somewhere like this. 6 to 7. This is around 6 to 7 to 9. So this is where most people woke up. Of course, it went up a bit. It was bullish for a while. But then it found some sort of resistance. It dropped back, but then it found support here. It went back up, then resistance. That is the drop here. What I'm assuming, it is trying to refill this huge gap that it has left over the weekend. So yeah, it is trying to refill this gap. And of course, as a trend line trader, I drew my trend line early on. You woke up in crazy profits. That is good. But some people wake up when they have blown accounts, because that gap is not easy. But it is good if you made profits, bro. Yeah, go and enjoy yourself. But those who didn't wake up in profits, of course, you have to sit on the chart for the week, and it will give some good setups, because it has actually given some setups today, but they were not easy. Today's setups were not, easy for anybody. Mondays are not easy. That is one thing you have to understand. But as Monday ends, Tuesday is going to come and you're going to get setups. So yeah, but this is definitely gold, and that is the movement of gold at the moment. Doug, how are you, bro? Hi, Jose. How are you, man? I hope you're doing good. We are here for the live stream. We always come live at around this time. Bless you, my bro. Chitara Edwin. Shout out to you, man. I hope your Monday has gone on well. I hope everything is going on well for you. Those that are facing hardships, do not worry. Things tend to get better with time, so yeah. But I hope everyone is good. Thanks to those that are saying hi. I appreciate you guys very much. Those that are liking, make sure you like the stream. Leave me a like. And of course, yeah, but trading prop firms, it's not an easy thing, guys. But if you are able to grasp a strategy, right, and then know how to wait for very good setups, you'll be very good to go. How long did it take you to master your emotions and psychology? It's still my challenge. Even me, I'm still mastering because it never ends. But I think I'm in a better place, right now, that I'll sit and wait for a setup that I know I'll take. If I don't see it, I don't take one. But how to master them? You have to work on that. First of all, the first thing to master your emotions is setting rules. You have to set the rules that you're going to follow. Now, if you know you trade when it is not part of your strategy, your rules, then you have to be mad at yourself for that. So that is the process of starting to master, the psychology of trading, because it is easy. Right now, you see the way there is a green candle printing at the moment, and it is very attractive. You buy, it has, but no, you can't do that anymore, bro. You have to wait and see, okay, this is what I trade. Has it happened? No, it hasn't. Then you sit and wait it out. For example, for me, if I'm a trendline trader, I have to wait. Has a trend line happened? Okay, yeah. Has it? No, I wait. If it has happened, I do the needful. Hi, Ray. How are you? I hope you're good. Big boy in the house. Bless you. Blake FX. How are you doing, my friend, man? I hope your weekend was good. I hope your Monday has started on a positive note. And I think it will continue selling. Oh, yeah, it looks like it. But we can wait and see. It looks like it will. Black is good. Also, me, my weekend was all right. I went to some park and sat there, I relaxed and had some fresh air, was near some sort of water. So it was really good. The weekend was all right. But now, this week is for locking in, guys. Even from myself, I have to lock in this week. And you should give yourself a challenge. Yours has to be better, that I know. No, maybe yours is even better than mine. But, we have to always be positive. Hi, may God bless you. May God bless you too, Ray. May God bless you more. I like this live stream where it is positive vibes. People come in and wish God's blessings on others. That is the best thing that can happen. You like the videos? Thank you very much. Thank you for liking the videos. I'll keep making them, but guys, thank you very much. We are looking at the gold chart in front here, and it has moved okay. I know sometimes it's hard, but you have to continue. It might buy from 40.57. 40.57. Okay. What is there? What is at 40.57? Is there anything special at 40.57? Maybe there is a level for you. This is 40.57. Okay, not bad, but okay. Let us wait and see what it will do. When it is going to buy, it gives you some signs. It gives you signs that now it is going to buy. So they are the ones you have to wait for. Do you only trade gold? Yes, sir. But I'm starting to look at other pairs. I want to diversify my portfolio. Yours has to be okay. I trade only gold, but I want to add more pairs. I look at them, but you know, taking a trade on them is still, you know, you can say I'm addicted to gold mainly. But I'll try to. I'm looking. There are some that I'm focusing on, but if gold is still paying, you know, there is no need to reshuffle. You are holding a sell to 40.56. Good, Blake. That is good for you, man. Can I please ask you, how do you do it? How do I do the videos? It is an app. The app is called Travel Booster. Travel Boost. That's how I do those videos that you're asking about. Yeah, it's just an app, you know. It is there free. Apple Store, you know. Also Google what? Google Play Store. No, the App Store, not Apple Store, it is App Store. But yeah, we are here chilling and waiting to see if we can have anything, if gold can give us something. It would be nice. I saw setups in the morning today, but for some reason I didn't. Today I've not yet traded. So what you do, it's trading. Yes, this is trading, my friend. And the chart I'm on right now is gold, the gold chart. That is the one I'm looking at. For you, what do you do, Ray? First tell me, what do you do? I'm interested in knowing. But guys, do not forget to follow the live creator. That would be very nice of you. And also liking the video, like your friends are doing. That would be wonderful. You could share it. You know, it is nice if you share with some people, because we are going to be giving knowledge out. CHF JPY and Euro AUD. Okay. Those are good pairs, you know. They are how can I say, they are calm, you know. They are calm pairs. But the people who go in for gold, they don't fear danger. Gold is very rewarding and very unforgiving at the same time. That is why people like it. It is like a toxic relationship, because it rewards, and so people enjoy the rewards and they get beat all the time. But shout out to you guys for coming to the live stream and just chilling here with us. It is always nice to come on here. I love gold because it either kills me quick or pays me as soon as possible. I like to watch these videos, but the other ones are not giving me what I want. So you are the one. Are you sure? Jerry, how are you? I hope you're doing good, man. So you like watching the videos, but the other ones are not giving you what you want. Okay. Oh, I'm doing good. Jerry is doing good. That is wonderful. Abdurrahim, how are you doing, man? Abdurrahim256. You joined the WhatsApp. You never replied to me. I didn't reply to you, Abdurrahim. I'm sorry for that, my brother. I'll respond. Man, I've been busy. Anyway, I won't pretend. I won't say I've been too busy, no. I'm sorry for not responding to you, Abdurrahim. I'll respond to you very soon. But yeah, guys, take trading seriously, okay? Man, gold today. I'm waiting to see. But for me, if I don't see my thing, I don't trade. I wait because I'm interested in learning. I'll respond to someone who is interested in learning. But what you see on your screen is trading view. That is what they call trading view. You use it to make your analysis. I have a lot of trading views actually. There is one that I'm looking at here. There is one on the screen. And I use both of them to, to analyze the markets. How is this God-funded prop farm and Hola Prime? Are they legit? Yes, they are legit. They are legit prop farms. But you don't have to trade anyhow. Trading a prop farm account, you have to follow the rules that they set. So for Rida Costa, you have to follow rules, the prop farm rules, like risk management. If they challenge you, if the account you buy has consistency rule, you have to know if it has a trailing stop. Yeah. You have to know all those before you go in for an account and whatever challenge you're going to do. But they are good. They are good prop farms. They are okay. They are not the best, but they are okay prop farms, all right? So what are these numbers means on the screen? These numbers, they are trading numbers. So this is trading view. Now, if you look on that side that you're saying the numbers, those are, for example, the big number, that is the price of gold currently. The price at which gold is selling at the moment. Yes. And it has added 0.54% since market open. Then the others are like, instruments. I'm here. You can ask me anything. Me, I'm ready to answer. Whatever question you guys have, we shall have an answer. And by the way, guys, if you want to learn trading from me, if you want to learn how I do it, you send me a WhatsApp. My number is there. I have a number that is right there, which you can do what? Always contact me at. Otherwise, I hope you're taking trading seriously. If you're a young fellow, you should trade and trade the right way. That is the best thing you can do for yourself. Yeah, but we are here. We are here definitely. And trying to look at gold and to wait and see if we shall get something good. And try to see if we shall get something good today. If we do not get, we shall come back tomorrow and wait to get something good. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys for the love and being here today. So what happens when their numbers are very low? It means, bruh, you have very interesting questions. Your questions are very interesting. So if it drops down, that means the price is dropping. If it goes up, That means the price is increasing. I hope I'm answering you well, my friend. My friend Ray Dave. That is what happens. I love your payout day video. It's long since you did one. Yes, sir. Patrick, it's long. Yeah. But I got a payout. I just didn't make a video. Because I had made a bunch. Actually, I made a series of payouts. Like those videos I made, you know, the funded next one, a bunch of FTMO ones, a bunch of, you know, I think it was got funded. And then now I just don't make anymore. But I'll try to make, because I think that is what most of you want. I come out and read the Bible, you guys don't enjoy those. Huh? You want only payout videos. I'll make one for you guys soon. But that is the reason. What is going on with you guys? Ray, first tell me, what do you do? What do you do for work? So when you trade, do you have to do it every day? It depends. It depends on what you want. You know, you can do it every day. You can do it once in a while. Advise us about the prop farms. Even reading the Bible, I enjoy it, sir. Thank you very much. But those are the most fulfilling ones. Like I'm on a challenge to read the whole Bible from start to finish, and I'm recording the videos. So that will be a very interesting challenge for me. But yes, trading prop farms, you have to be very, very careful. Like, I know you want the payout very soon, but you have to be careful and know what lot sizes you're going to use, and know what risk percentage you're going to risk per day. Because, for example, if I have a 50K account and I lose 1,000, why am I still trading? You chill and wait for another day, okay? So around that, you know, then you have to read the rules too. You have to go ahead and read and master the rules that prop firms set. Those are going to help you a bit. Ryan, we started trading the same time. Are you sure? When did you start trading? First tell me. Like, when did you start your trading journey? (2024). I had started already, bro. I started around 2021. And I was actually learning. When I decided, it was, I just started going. I never went back. Like, of course, there are some moments you go off, maybe you don't have any money, so you don't look at the charts. But bro, me, since then I've been going, looking at the chart. You made payout 1K from 5K prop farm. Bro, that is goated, man. That is really huge. If you made the 1K from a 5K, bro, that is like, that is out of this world, man. Is it a little hard? It is very hard, actually. It is very hard. But it is possible. You can do it. You can do it. Ray, what strategy do I use? If you look at my chart, you guess the strategy that I use. Kindly check your message inbox. I'll check, because right now I'm using the phone to live stream, but I'll do check your message and I'll respond to you. You want to give me some money, some of the profits. You want to give me some of the profits that price action plus ICT now? This is trend lines, bro. It is just trend lines and you add in support and resistance. Me, I do the simple things. I don't do the smart money, all ICT. I'm not like you guys who say you are institutional traders. Delusional peeps, how are you doing, my friend, man? It has been a while since we last had a chat here, but I hope you're doing good. How did Monday go? Tell us how your Monday went. Did you make some money trading? Have I made money off of it? Yeah, you can go and look at my YouTube videos. That's where you get the bigger picture. But maybe right now you've just seen me for the first time. But YouTube videos have all the evidence. I've made some little. I sold before gold smoked me. You sold? Where did you sell? Ah, you sold on Friday and stayed in for the weekend. Anyway, you didn't do that, but maybe you sold somewhere and it went back up. Okay, you also have a YouTube channel. Yes, sir. I have a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. The same names that I use here. Bro, I made 400 and I lost 300 this evening. God damn, bro. Why didn't you stop trading? Why didn't you stop trading and then, withdrew the or is it a prop farm account? If it is a personal, like a broker account, that is like a lot of money to be losing. You are sleeping. Ah, my goodness. Why would you sleep, bro? Man, me, if I'm in a trade, sleep doesn't come, my friend. Sleep can't come if I'm in a trade. You're going to show me on WhatsApp. Man. Now, anyway, I'll wait. Hello, sir. How can I start trading? Well, you can start by YouTube, African Best. How are you, man? Someone, it's been a while since you've seen me. Alton Paul, how are you, bro? I hope you're doing good, man. It has been a while, even me, since I last came live. But shout out to you and thank you for seeing me again. Now I hope you'll be seeing me more often. So someone is asking, how can they start trading? But how is the going? The going is all right. Nothing much, but all is well. Okay, sorry for saying why I thought you said you hit 400k and lost 100k. Who did that? No, that one is saying just in I think dollars. Like he made 400 and he lost 300. Hey boss, which strategy do you trade? Governors, look at my chart. Which strategy is that on the chart? First answer my question, then I tell you my strategy. If you look at that chart, which strategy do you think that is? Those of you that are on TikTok, the ones on YouTube, I'm still figuring out a way to, broadcast the chart on here, as I also show, it on TikTok. But we shall find a way. But Governor says ICT. Is this really ICT? I thought with ICT you have, what does ICT have? Order blocks? Fair value gaps? Does it have like break of structures? Or that is smart money? I don't know. Those things are not on the chart here. I trade trend lines, my friend. I'm just a simple trend line trader. I sit here in my chair for a long time to wait for setups to happen. And when they happen, for example, like this one, when price broke the trend line, you wait for a retest and sell, but then it came back here. You get what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but Governor, what strategy do you trade? First, educate me. Which strategy do you trade, my friend? I'm interested in knowing the type of strategy that you trade. Guys, first tell me the strategies you trade here in the comment section. I want to see something. Just put a comment of the strategy you use. Julio, if you're still here, tell me which strategy you're using. Governor, tell me the strategy. Of course, Ray is not a trader, so I won't ask Ray. You trade pure price action. That's good. I think price action is very, very good actually. But you need to spend some quality time on the chart. Price action. I think it is one of the most important things for any trader. Yeah, it is quite important for a trader to trade price action. Anyway, for me, I do trend lines plus some support and resistance, and I see it on the chart. And I've been trading it for a while now, for some time. Does funding pips allow trading news? I think they do. But if you're in a position, you cannot enter, I think, 5 minutes, so I think 10 minutes. God funded allows trading news. I think also funding pips does. Hello, Mr. Katumba. Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you're having a good Monday. And I hope Tuesday is going to be amazing. Do you use only one time frame? Yeah, but I make analysis on higher time frames also. I just look at them and it is in my mind. The one time frame, I use it for entry. But Governor, like, what do you trade? Do you trade prop firms, or it is you're mainly focused on personal capital? First tell me, because now I'm here talking to Governor. You too, how do you think Aramco will be priced in the end of June? Do you see a boom in its stock or a fall? Aramco stock, I've not traded, I've not even looked at Aramco, bro, in a very long time. I've not looked at it. But the stock, if I look at the chart, how do I look for that particular stock? How much for you to make for me account? What do you mean to make for you an account? Can't you make it yourself? You just need direction, and then you will make an account. All is it all to trade for you? Do you mean like how much for you to like manage your account? What do you mean by that? To manage your account? Be specific. I don't understand what. Like, which account do you want to make? Aramco stock. Let me first look for it here. on Google. So the fellow, you are a stock trader. How many years have you been trading? 6 years. Aramco stock. How about gold? Do I see it increasing? Oh, bro, the stock, of course, it declined today. It is 26.56 Saudi Arabian dollars. Gold, will it increase? Right now, it is showing signs of dropping a little bit, but it is probably trying to cover up this gap. Then it can, show some bit of direction maybe tomorrow. So I'm looking at, it is the Saudi Arabian oil company. It is Aramco. But today it dropped. It did drop. I'm looking at it here, bro. Like to make crypto account. You want to make a crypto account? Sign up for Bybit. Crypto account on what? Like you want to trade crypto? So sign up on Bybit. The link is in my bio. You make an account, then you can even trade on Bybit. It depends on where you want to trade your crypto from. You can trade from a crypto exchange. There is Binance, there is Bybit, and there is or you can trade crypto using these normal brokers. I'm looking to buy it currently and sell it if there is a war aggression. All oil pumping decreases, skyrocketing its price. But that would be, I think, if you look at the fundamentals now, if you buy it now, you buy it at a higher price if you're considering fundamentals, because I'm assuming that the price of the Aramco stock is up now. Like even the oil itself is at a higher price at the moment. So you have to first do research through the fundamentals. Anyway, I'm assuming you've already done a lot of research about it. The Aramco stock. What crypto pairs do I trade? BTC is the one I look at mainly. The others, I really don't trade them like that. But if the Aramco stock, I've seen it on a daily, and I've just used Google. So it has increased, bro. It opened at 26.58. The high was 26.58. Today it has decreased a bit. Yeah. The low, it was 26.42. Market cap 6.43 trillion. Is Aramco stock a good buy? It's considered a good buy by analysts for its roughly 5% dividend yields, strong free cash flow, and low production costs. However, on platforms like Reddit, Quora, opinions are mixed. Investors weigh these stable returns against geopolitical risks. Yeah, because I even saw that this other street, the opposite of street of Hamas, there is this other street that was also blocked by the rebel group, in Yemen, I think. Is it Yemen even? So you have to consider all that before you go in for Aramco. You believe in Nasdaq. Sure, it is very unknown, but it is one of the best stock growths in my opinion. You believe in NAS. Okay. This is Nasdaq. Let me see S&P 500. Okay, this is good. I looked at this. I don't know when I looked at it, but it just did exactly that. Because I thought it would. I looked at it when it was here, and my prediction was it was covering this gap, and it just did that. Yeah, but yeah, I hope you have a very juicy portfolio, man. I hope your portfolio is good and it is in the green. S&P 500. There is no reason for it to, but this is S&P, and this is what it is doing. So if you look at it, let me see, on a daily, all 1 hour. Let us look at it on the hourly time frame. Okay. Doesn't look bad at all. Good. I have been reading BTC since 2016. I have selected more pairs to put into consideration. Since 2016, you have been reading BTC, bro. That is huge, man. For 10 years, you have been on BTC. I doubt, Skinny, I doubt you have been on BTC for 10 years, bro. That's a long time, man. Alrighty, guys. Any other questions? Does anyone have any questions for me? I always like it when you guys have questions. Maybe not today, but Monday is proving to be slow. It is like, just a chill day. And it's okay, but we shall be here for a while until we feel like we have exhausted whatever people want to know. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. For me, I'm all right. I'm excited. I've been trading since 2016, bro, when BMP was ranging 430, 960 around. Bro, god damn. How old are you, my friend? If you have been trading since 2016, even me, I wasted a lot of time, bro. You rode the train to 126K. Bro, I also saw BTC when it was at 20K, bro. I looked at BTC when it was at 20K. It went to 126, bro. I was on. Damn, man. And then now it is, what is it in? It is like in 64. Dude, I'm like, damn, God. Look, we were here. I was trading gold when BTC went to 126. You see, I was trading gold. I was looking at it because I started trading somewhere. I started trading around here. Around here. So it dropped to 18 actually. I remember this time. I remember that time. Oh, you're 38, okay. What is the best broker for trading? I don't know, bro. There are plenty of brokers out there, so just choose one of those. So I invested in Facebook after a long time, maybe 8 years. I sold it when Meta released and metaverse currencies flooded the internet. You had 400% profit, bro. That is very big. But imagine the people who invested in BTC here. You get your 15K you put in, but it was risky. You put in and you ride it up to 1 to 6. Damn, bro. You become rich. And now it is in 60. If you can, bro, but you cannot invest here because bro, this is why I'm selecting more pairs. Don't sleep on LTC and ETH, brother. LTC, what is LTC? It is also a crypto. I have Ethereum here, but man, now it is in 1K. I remember Ethereum used to be like in what? It used to be like in 1K. Here, 1K. So it went all the way to like 6K, I think. It went to 4.8. Then it dropped again. Ethereum is interesting. It is the next thing if you don't trade BTC. Of course, you have to be looking at ETH. But for me, the first, I invested in BTC and also Dogecoin. There is a time Elon Musk came with it, bro. But now the money has never grown, man. What is the best time frame for trading? I use the 15, but it depends on your trading style, bro. It depends on your trading style and the one you're going to fall in love with. You know, if you fall in love with a trading style that works, that is the best way. I sold it same month, a year later, the metaverse fell off completely. Bro, man, actually that hype, I remember that hype about the metaverse because I was also in the trading space at that time. And they were saying people are going to start living in the metaverse, you know. People are going to buy plots of land. People are going to get jobs there in the metaverse. Man, I remember very well, I was on. That time it was... Gold and Nasdaq paid in shorts today in forex. Yeah, gold paid in shorts. That is 100% true. Even S&P 500 and Nasdaq, they paid in shorts. Let me see what GU did. Man, who trades these things? Okay, this is the daily. Okay, I had forgotten. Did GU pay in shorts also? Looks like, but there was some lot of consolidation, I think, here. You couldn't know what is going to happen. GU dropped. It dropped, yeah, I see it. But, oh, this is the open. This was Friday. Sorry about that. So, of course, it was bullish for a little while, and it kept on dropping and dropping. God damn. I think most of the things have been dropping because of this. They were dropping because the dollar index was going up. The dollar was gaining strength. That's why all the others had started tanking. You see? This is the US dollar index, right? All it did was go up because it dropped to this level. Then it started going up. I wish I had known. I would even have done analysis on this one here. Because look at that, you know, if it created this, and it just went on going up. Bro, I wasn't too serious, but tomorrow we shall make some money. And of course, it has come to a very critical point here. Let us wait and see what happens here. It could break through it all. It could reject, so let us wait and see. Guys, I'm just giving you source. You see, of course, it broke through it. It went up to this level. It played around inside here. It came back to this level, and it, of course, went up. So that is very important. The dollar index, quite important. If you see it tanking down, just know gold is going to skyrocket. So you can make analysis that way. EU also dropped. When is the Fed rate cuts? Try to confirm. I'll check Forex Factory. Those Fed rate cuts are going to determine the last quarter of the year. God damn, you delusional peeps, you're very excited for them. Trump proposed a few minutes ago. What did he propose? Actually, even BTC dropped a bit. Skinny, the Feds are more likely to be hawkish. If Byron says it, man, then they will be 20. They're on Wednesday, I think. Do we have anything tomorrow? Let me see. Tomorrow there is nothing really significant. Then Wednesday, let me see if yeah, Wednesday is the day, guys. Federal funds rate, FOMC statement. Okay, we shall wait and see CPI. Okay. We're on 29th. For the beginner, what is the estimate I can earn? What is the estimate you can lose, bro? There is both ways. There is both ways, my friend. It is just my personal opinion, yeah. You do research. That is why I made that statement. You always do research, man. And most people don't even bother doing research. What website are you accessing the news? Just I use Forex Factory. Forex Factory is the one I receive news from. Then there is another one. I'll check it out. I've forgotten the name right now. Both CPI and the FOMC. How are you doing, sir? On my side, I'm doing good. Investing.com, yeah. That is the one, Blake. You go to investing.com and, you look, you do your research. I'm doing all right. I hope you are also doing fine, man. Trading on Monday 27th. Tomorrow is the 28th. Oh, good. Oh, God. So, Skinny, which pairs have you added onto BTC? You added ETH and what? Slow Monday trades, but sure. Yeah, Monday is always, you have to do more observations on Monday than what? Than trading. You have to do more observations than trading. But if you get a setup, of course you take it. Skin is doing Litecoin and Ethereum plus BTC. So you're just a crypto trader. You don't even look at, gold, platinum, silver, the currency pairs, NAS. Those ones don't concern you. Skin is the crypto king. Ah, Byron, but Byron, for you, what is in your portfolio? Which pairs? Delusional Pips is the silver king. Silver is volatile. Silver moves like gold, man, most of the time, bro. They are not volatile enough, Skinny. Take back your statement, bro. Some of those pairs are the kings and queens of volatility. You mean BTC? But are those currency pairs, like, are they volatile? I mean the crypto pairs. Delusional Pips is on BTC and gold. That is what makes up his pairs, BTC and gold. I've not watched BTC move from 10K in a day. Yeah, BTC used to be volatile sometime, but nowadays, anyway, it is. Just that when you close your eyes and you're not on it, it moves very fast actually. It does move. I agree with you. For example, yeah, where was I when I saw a trade on BTC? It was this one. I looked at this, said, this one, now look at where it is. But, I know BTC is volatile, but I mean ETH, then Litecoin, Dogecoin, are they volatile in any way? Would they give you the good move that you would want? I want to know, bro, how much do you normally risk on challenges and how much on live? I'd risk the same amount, bro. I risk the same on a challenge and on the live. It's the same thing. Because I do 2 second phase, so the live is the same as the challenges. So, because now the people who need to risk less, for example, they have done 1 step, then they tell you the challenge phase does not have a trailing drawdown. Then the funded phase, you have a trailing stop. So you have to really change all that. But if you're in a challenge and then it doesn't change when you get funded, you do the same thing and you get paid. You get paid well. But Blake, for you, do you like change, for the funded stage? Do you change from what you did in the challenge phases? Man, I saw some. I wanted to ask you guys about, there is a prop farm I saw. It's called Upcomers Prop Farm, I think. Is it legit? Even me, I'm like you guys in the comment section. 10% forex pairs, 20% indices. I should even write that down because I want to be like Byron. 10% forex. 20% indices. Here I'm in class. Byron is teaching us 50 stocks, and then 20% bonds. Guys, that is a good portfolio. Talk about stocks. Are you a stock trader? Yeah, but I think even stocks are good, man. They are close, a little bit close to indices, I think. I've not traded stocks actually, but I look at their charts sometimes because they are very interesting. The best person to talk about stocks is Byron. Let me see. Byron, people want you to explain stocks to them. But I don't know. Don't know if Byron is on anyway. So someone says the last time I accessed FF is 2010 when I was an FX trade. Bruh, Skinny, there is no way you traded in 2010, bro. Is the 5 as a good one? The 5 as is one of the best actually. It has been in the prop farm industry for 15 years. Or 10 years, I think. They have been in the industry for 10 years. So it is good. Between God funded and 5 as, which can I go with? Go with the 5 as. But God funded is way cheaper. If you are stuck, you don't have money, you go for God funded. Because it has very cheap, accounts. They have promotions. They have a lot of things. Yeah, so you're spreading out risk on my main account, but on my other accounts, which is 30% of my equity. No, but want to try them after understanding them. Stocks look good when you know how to hold. That is true. For example, they are here. You go for the Apple stock. Look, this is the 15. You can even go for the 1 hour on the Apple stock. Very beautiful movements. You see? Stocks are beautiful. Byron is the one that can explain them to you well. Me, I have not traded them. So I would be lying to you. Then you go to the Tesla stock. You go to the Tesla stock. This is the 1 hour. Look at all this gap this was the weekend, so it dropped. I don't know why, but it will drop up to where? That is the Tesla stock. But they look beautiful. Then you have Netflix. So I don't know what to tell you about stocks. I've seen people trading the stocks, but I've not done it myself. I've traded futures, but I've not done stocks. I trade CFDs like gold, wheaty oil, and Nasdaq futures. Man, Byron, I'm sure the platforms you use we've never even heard of, right? The platforms Byron, you use for trading, we've never heard of. You're a lucky dude. You're not lucky you worked for it, but I understand. I joined your WhatsApp, but you never replied to me. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. You have sent the request. Let me see. So that you explain to people this talk. Okay. I'm okay, Byron. How are you doing? What happened? You stay in areas where there is dusted.
Let me blame my friend's kids.
Kids always have enough of those jams to share.
Yeah, kids usually give us those funny things. But then again, what will you do about that?
Yeah,
Anyway, just to give us
I've even worked in a school, so I know.
sorry about that. Just to give a small insight, because I realize what I'm typing doesn't make sense. Now, I do not expose my whole number. I have equity that I'm supposed to be working with for the rest of the year. So I split it up into 70% of my main account and then 30% for my, I tend to love calling it my fun account. Now, on the other one, I'm usually long hold. I don't do funny things. That's why I need the higher time frame sentiment and everything like the long hold. That's why I do most of my research. And hence, that's why you're seeing that I have like 10% of forex pairs. And in that I love doing AUD USD and GJ for personal reasons. Of course, like you say, I get bad based on my research before I go in for anything. And there are reasons why I handle those ones. Now, of course, for indices, that should be 20% of my equity, depending on where the opportunity gives me. But those ones I only do I usually do like 3 indices. One is in Europe, that is DAX, and then here I do S&P 500 and NQ. Now, of course, for stocks, to explain the number of stocks I come, let me just say that I literally just end up doing the stocks within the mid cap or large cap stocks.
Which ones are those?
That's a long explanation. But just like it depends on the, without making it so complicated. Are you selecting stock that's maybe as opposed to this one? Earnings, dividends, the reevaluation of companies. Most people just think actually that the market cap of the company is what it really is. But you have to evaluate a certain company and look at so many different things. What does that company produce? What are the expectations? What are the factors that are affecting where that company is? So usually it's not really holding them for like a year or something. They're just holding them usually for a quarter or in that direction. So it has to be adjustable. Of course, for bonds and the rest, it's the usual game. You just look at currencies and evaluate the economy, and then look at whether it's a great time to buy bonds. I do not do unit trusts, and I am not going to go into details why I do not do that, but I've been hearing people doing them. Yeah, but then now that is for my main account, which is 70% of my equity. Now going to my 30%, that's where I just do the usual stuff, because their CFDs can work. That's why you hear that I can do XA USD.
And GJ.
Yeah, I can do GJ.
What is special about GJ? Most people like it.
Well, the economies that back it up. Yeah. If you go into the fundamental insight, they are free fall. That's why you see that when before GJ takes off, it first takes its time. But when its distribution of returns are very different, and actually when you look at GJ and you're doing the numbers, you're going to understand that its standard deviation is at around 1.4 as compared to other pairs like EU, which is usually 1.2, which doesn't really work for me. Remember, I, on the other hand, I benefit from volatility. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but if I'm right, the volatility that sprouts off, it's where my money comes from. So hence why volatility is supposed to be your friend, not your enemy. Of course, for NQ, I don't need to explain. It's just basically that. And a lot of boring stuff. You don't have to just consider.
And your portfolio is nice. It is attractive, eh?
Because I'm handling people's money.
The selection of the pairs you trade is.
Well, I do not want to. There's a South African guy, of course, he's a hedge portfolio personnel. But he mentions in a certain statement that when you are in the financial world, when you have a name to protect and the risk to lose, there are some things you're supposed to consider and look at. You do not have to gamble with people's money, otherwise you can't last in this community for a while.
All right.
Now, given that I'm working with my certification and other things, I can't dare mess around with that portfolio. I have to be careful.
That's very
Because
true.
it has to be about intelligent.
But I have a question. Like, how do you look at all these pairs? Like, do you have different screens or?
Yes.
Okay.
So before me, and people, you do not have to go into these complications, but there is a period of time when I was speaking and I was saying I look at things fundamentally. So the fundamental aspect of understanding a certain currency or a certain economy, you can have 3 months oversight or an annual sight. Because when you go deep into these things, you get to understand that there are some economic drivers. So you can have let's just say, you can have a look at what's going to happen in the USD for the next 3 months, just by looking at some things. Like, okay, looking at the iron ore usage in China. It can actually tell you the direction of AUD USD in the next 3 months. So, depending on some things like stocks and, well, there's so many things, bonds. You can look at the housing market, let's just say in the US. It tells you the health of the economy. You can look at the interest rates in Europe. And then you remember that a combination of the US, Europe, and China is contributed to about 60% of the world economy. So anything that happens in that direction can give you an estimated value, whatever you're supposed to be looking at. I mean, for in case of bonds, you can look at the yield curves, of course. We're supposed to look at these things to understand, is it an inverted yield curve or a normal yield curve, or we're within that flattening zone. Now, while just looking at the yield curve, can it give you about a 6-month sentiment of where we are most likely supposed to be going, depending on the economy. Now, of course, you can try to estimate the GDP of the economy, because these are some of the determining factors of any economy, by looking at the number of the production, the balance of trade within the economy, the interest rates, and employment, the usual suspects. So when you're looking at all these things and you're writing them down, they can help to give you an oversight for the next 3 months to evaluate the strength of that economy. Hence, you understanding the direction of a certain currency pool. So with that, written down. If you still can't remember that, let's just say that UBP is a bit weak against the US dollar, so every single retracement maybe towards the US dollar, just in the back of your head is just a retracement because you have sticker notes on the screens. And yes, I have 4 screens before me, usually, but they do not have the same thing usually. One can be a Bloomberg terminal just for the other one. The one usually on my right is showing me my portfolio layout to see whether I'm in the reds or I need to cut some losses. And then the other ones, of course, are the ones playing out. And then the one below is usually for playing games. Okay, I go back and look at it for now. Maybe taking that these mini trades, but I do not really want to affect my psychology so much by looking at numbers jumping up and down. So I just leave them playing games. Maybe if I see anything like blinking red on the furthermost screen, then I try to check out what's happening in the news, or maybe also making my own reports, because I usually make them using Notion, just to try and understand what's been happening and what maybe the emails I'm getting from Bloomberg. Like I said, I subscribe to Bloomberg, so I look at the headlines they've given me, and maybe the headlines they've given over the weekend, on the weekend edition. That will help me to understand or try to analyze what my next game plan for the following week is. Just boring stuff.
Oh, wow.
Nothing makes sense anyway, even not to me. But hey, disclaimer, those are just my personal, what do I know?
Yeah, I told you if we can get like people who just, try to imitate, not do what you do, but even trying to imitate that.
But like you say, or like I usually say when I sometimes come to your life, I'm usually scared to come. Let me tell you, I'm usually scared to come to your life because first and foremost, to almost reach the level you're talking about, it will require you a certain capital cap.
Right.
So again, not that I'm insulting anyone, the information I'm talking about, I know this. Okay, let me just try to bring it down to this. The subscriptions that require you to have the information that I look at alone in a year are approximately $347.
We can't afford that.
I wouldn't advise anyone who is not handling certain serious figures going for that. It really doesn't make sense. But if you know you are trading and maybe your capital is around, let me say $1,000 and below 500, you can still stick with the first level, because what you're teaching them is where we all came from, and just
entry level.
They're just managed to upgrade to these levels. So they do not really need all this information right now. I mean, what's the value of you waking up in the morning and paying, let's just say, $30 subscription to whatever you're supposed to be paying, and getting at the end of the month you're only making $80?
No sense at all.
Yeah, to me it doesn't really make sense.
Doesn't align true.
It doesn't. So, but now if you're doing $500, $1,000 and below, I mean, the maximum amount of time you should be spending on the market should be 1 hour to maximum, which literally draws you within the intraday trading cap scalpers basically. So if you can do your business in there, it's okay. You can make the money you need to survive. You do not need to just go so much into the blah 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 blah. It doesn't make sense.
How can these traders who are trading less capital use fundamentals, to also look at,
Well, yeah, I'm kind
because most of them are doing technical, you know.
Yeah, because you see, like I put it last time, different capital levels lead you to having different things. There is a certain level. If I'm trying to do down what you're saying, first and foremost, retail traders in quotes, retail traders, most of them interpret news very badly, like horribly. And I can't draw down to describing how they do that because that can even take me like about 2 weeks of me trying to explain to them and make things make sense, which they do, which for some it may confuse them. And like you mentioned, most of the things I talk about is we do data. That is what you do on level 4. Like it has to be backed up by facts. Not you just sitting down and just be like, oh my God, gold looks better today, I'm just going to go in. No. They may clean you out. But basically what I think, because they are short hold, should I say fundamentally they should use common sense. Trump is coming in. He's going to mess with the Middle East. Look at what you're trading and do whatever you want to do, I think, if I'm to put it that way. But as for the news on the retail level, there are very few chances of people maybe looking at and interpreting whether the news will go high or low.
True.
I just think that. So I think if they can, you remember when I was here and I literally put it that what you're teaching them here actually works. You know, it does.
For the level they are at.
Yeah. On the level they're at, this actually works. And there's a time when I sat here and I tried giving you a simple breakdown of, I think we're talking about money management or something. And I read to them the numbers of even if someone just comes down here and just takes some of these trades here you're taking and they've paid attention, they can make money they need to survive. They don't need to go in for the big guns.
True.
I mean, you on this just level here of technical analysis, you haven't even managed to make about $20 and you want to go to level 4 of order flow. And you think you make it over there, it takes levels, building confidence.
Doesn't work like that, huh?
It doesn't, otherwise you're going to become part of the, you're going to become every broker's best friend. Any deposit fee withdraw. A few minutes ago, I was in some group, and there is a certain trader group that we're in, and someone sent in a joke. It was so mean. And I told them just because you can only say that just because you're on a different level than others. So there are some statistics that came out recently. I'm trying to read them. Let's see, because it just put it. Okay, here it is. Data came out from the Capital Markets Authority that shows that in the Kenyan forex trading space, Kenyans in the year of 2025 have deposited $7 billion. Sorry, 7 billion shillings, which is approximately $65 million in 2025, as compared to the 1.2 billion Kenyan shillings, which is $10 million in gains.
So they deposited 60.
Yeah.
And they withdrew how much?
And they withdrew 10. In other words, traders lost approximately 85.6% of the capital invested
God
in
damn.
that very year. Yeah. course, I won't add the other conversation that came in that group, but they just put it in that group and then they continued saying whatever they were saying. And to me, I was like, you just only say that because you're on a different level than most of them, which is not really fair.
People lose a lot of money.
Yeah. It even gets worse. There is the European Equities Market Authority. They also, European Capital Markets Authority. It released some data and the numbers were bad.
The numbers are very worrying because even in the prop farm industry, just people who manage to get a payout, you guys, the numbers are alarming.
Now you understand why I told you. Surprising enough, just if I told you you're kind of, and people who are here, I'm not just praising him because I am on his live. Everyone who has heard me speak about him on his live, or even once when I made my live and I mentioned, actually I did mention your name.
No, I missed that live stream. CYP told me you made a live.
Don't forget about the one for CYP. There is another live I was invited on, and actually I mentioned your name.
Oh.
But I didn't mention the next name. I just said there's a guy who's called Joseph. If he continues pushing his thing the way he's pushing it, he can go a very long way. And of course, I was around people who had never heard about this Joseph. Were like, who is this Joseph? No, they started putting out some names and like, continue looking. In fact, I even made a joke of one of the biggest problems in the Ugandan trading space is when a new thing is coming up, those ones who are not subscribing to it will find a way of trying to destroy it and corrupt it. So we still need a few healthy places around.
True.
Just to help the others. Because there are people out here who are just interested in making money out of the traders. And then there are some people out here who are going to make money out of traders, but also help them.
Help them, true.
So if I see someone who's trading and a trading composure sticks out to say reality, then I would rather send them there. But then again, I know your students will ask you whether you have a bits with the spinning wheels. So,
man, those questions. Those questions, people have them, but the problem, those people, they rarely make it because they are chasing, that stuff.
Exactly. I think, there's something I sent you. I don't know whether it reached, but I know CYP, it reached CYP, but I'll forward it to you again. We'll have a certain private conversation there. You will die.
Real talk, yeah.
Yeah. There's something I'm going to send you. You're going to be like, for real. Yeah, because I've tried hinting on some of these things here, but I also do not want to tap into people's businesses. All I can simply tell them is you can see and you can learn from seeing what someone is doing. You see, there are few people you'll find who will tell you, whether I should have looked at this, I made a mistake on this. Why did I even look at this? Now that is being real to yourself and self-evaluating your real time. Other than someone who will tell you a funny statement of, I didn't look at this because I'm a market guard. Are you sure you are?
And people say that actually.
I know. I also know other people who are saying that they trade like banks. Even without using the other Americans' trading system. But they can pick up whatever trading system and they say they trade like banks. And I'm like, yeah. For example, I met one who said that they trade like, yesterday we were having a run activation for the Renzori Marathon. I'm not advertising for that. But, so we were there, seated among my friends and other people, and there was some guy who was pulling out. Now, Joseph, these things always kill me. What's that?
It's my MetaTrader.
Is it doing?
It gives me notifications when I set, some levels that I want.
from running, people having fun, talking about different things. And then there shows up the market guard. This guy comes out, we're relaxed over there. We're drinking, and with the hand I was holding Myron's Ori. We're eating. So this guy is right next to us, talking about how he's making this huge amount of money from these things. So one of my friends taps me because he knows. He's like, we have one of you here. I'm like, let's listen to this conversation, how it's going. My goodness. I have never seen someone so confident in being wrong.
He was there very confident.
He was there very confident, showing us trading view, showing us all these indicators that he has, speaking all the big things and the big numbers, talking about how everything. So of course, the conversation was very interesting because I love how Ugandans want to find ways of making passive money. But within the very conversation, they go to everyone and everywhere. So they reached me. And I said, what do you do? I'm like, guys, I'm a farmer. I'm usually that, but like, just farming. And so he, of course, he tells me, you see farming, farming makes money, but I can assure you, markets make big money. I can tell you the money you've made from farming. I have made more money out of gold, trading gold. What's trading gold? So there is this, his old friend is called Vincent, he's a Frenchman. Vincent clearly knows that I trade. Vincent clearly knows my level because we've been having these conversations. Of course, at some point, there's some investments he wanted to, there's some companies he wanted to invest in, and I did some homework for him, of course, at a fee. And then, of course, I sent him the report. So he's right next to me right there. He's literally looking at me telling someone, and this guy is praising how he has made more money, something like that. I'm like, why? So, okay, how do you trade this thing? And then here's where the saddest thing came in. You see, I go and I look at the charts, and I know 100% we are going to buy. So I enter a buy, and just at the end of the day, I've made $1,000. Like, I literally make like $1,000 every day. I'm literally looking at this thing, just quietly enjoying.
The market god.
The market god, literally. By the time he left, literally everyone who ran in Gatsi got to know that we have a trader who is a market giant right there.
Probably he was looking for clients.
That is true. But the things he was talking about, like I said, I've never seen someone who's more proudly in being wrong as he was.
He even explained to you what he does. Like he sees the charts and sees.
I know. Like he was telling me, and I was like, how I wish that same passion he's using here is the same passion he employs to learn the right things.
True.
Yeah, because I saw he had a very huge learning curve. But of course I had to leave him to enjoy all his glory. And by the time he left, man, we were all like, I think we should contact that guy. Like, we took his number. We should I am a bad person. He literally told me, I've seen bad people, but my brother, you're bad. I'm like, no, brother. I was like, man, you should give us your number, like, and man, you give us more details about this. I said, yeah, man, I'm a very busy person. But I'll get some time for you because you're my fellow runners. I'm like, thank you, sir.
The market god for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will see you on a live stream one time.
No, he's not. I told you, like, I don't do a lot of live streams. I'm too busy. I want to let other people enjoy the spotlight. Because personally, I don't need it. That's the things I was saying here. I'm pretty sure I left a lot of people confused
Mm.
when I was talking about portfolio. And the other hand, when you come to me, even on my LinkedIn, which I recently took down, I say portfolio manager in the making.
In the
I am
making.
not yet there. Yeah, I'm not yet there because I haven't concluded my 2 certifications that I need.
Mm.
But when those certifications are out, yeah,
But
it will be a very different position.
like here in UG, do we have hedge funds or private equities?
Yes,
Oh, we do have them.
we do have them privately.
Oh, dang. I didn't know.
Me too. Of course, there's a time when I was speaking and I told you, well, private finance in general is a heavily kept secret.
You said that.
Yeah. And for those ones who think I'm lying, now I'm going to give you this gift because you're on Joseph's life. So they should even be sending you gifts, liking your life. I don't know why they are not even, you guys, this is not a TV station. Thank you. You should be liking and sharing.
True,
If
true.
you do not want to leave, me, I'm not Uncle Joseph who is nice to you. But now that's first, okay, the living thing was a joke. But guys, like, share, follow the creator, that is Joseph, the other name.
Because Byron is
Official.
giving you source.
So, and don't come into my inbox because it's private right now. They will block you from communicating to me. But now, for those ones who want to understand how dangerous private finance really is, let me tell you how lucky you guys are for having discovered trading. The real world runs on private finance. And private finance tries its level best to make sure that the veil between the real world and private finance is very thick. The fact that you phone this live means that you're peeping on the other side, where they do not want you to be. Because when you're on the other side, you're going to look at so many things and you're going to laugh about them. You're going to start learning things that should not be known by normal people. And those are the hard facts. That actually, your time is more important to make money than necessarily you sacrificing a lot of time just to make smaller portions of money. Here you're going to learn skills, like real life skills. And for those ones who think private finance does not exist, like I said, let me just give you a small hint. I want you guys to go to YouTube. And I want you to type in Planet Finance. There is a 9-part series. I don't think it was by Bloomberg. I'm always forgetting who actually put it out there. But they will explain to you how powerful the thing that you discovered is. They are first going to tell you a few hints, because Uncle Joseph was telling me how can the regulators try to, consolidate fundamentals into that technical analysis. Yeah, you're going to learn in there. Of course, they won't go into depth because the truth is because this is a harsh truth. Fundamentals are more important than technicals. Because you can actually derive technicals from fundamentals. But we won't go into that too much details. But when you go to that thing, Planet Finance, and then you check out those videos, those ones who have data, you're going to start taking forex more seriously. You're going to even stop joking about things. You're going to be like, say, but
I've got something to binge watch than Netflix.
Yeah, like they're not that long though. But when you watch them, because they are going to, like I usually say, they are going to awaken something in you. And for those ones who do not want to look at life differently, I advise you not to watch them. If you still want the cloth on your face, do not watch. Don't go there. Because after watching it, I can promise you, you will never look at life the same way. Your view on life is going to change. You're going to be mad at politicians, you're going to be mad at everyone, but then again, you can't do anything much to them.
Because
So
you see, when if you go to the US, and then you ask someone, oh, what do you do? What industry are you in? It is very easy for someone to mention, finance, right?
Yeah.
But here, I don't think anyone would give you such an answer, unless they are an accountant.
How do I put this politely? Because lately I love choosing my words. You see, like I said, client finance is a very huge thing. And these people deliberately decided to destroy Africa. Deliberately. There are some insights we are not supposed to be at. And this would explain to you just one simple example. There is a reason why videos like you, who are calm traders, don't go viral, and the loud mouths go viral.
True.
The algorithm needs that. Last time I was here and I told you the algorithm loves more consumers than producers.
Right.
If you're all good at trading, that means you're going to be making a lot of money and you're going to be uncontrollable, and then you're going to start looking at life differently. Case in point, if you have the ability of making 1,000 every month continuously, why on earth would you want to go and slave away in the US or the UK?
True.
Or even Germany? But they have to make it seem like you don't know what you're doing. I remember I saw you liking a certain post when we were talking when I was trying to do some mathematics about the person who was talking about the dental practice. Yeah. And I just gave them a simple breakdown of the numbers that they see. But people could Google. At the end of the day, here we're having someone who's from diaspora trying to sell a very nice dream. But then the dream they're also selling, it's funny. It's like someone coming up after hearing me speaking a lot of my rubbish keyword. Guys, this is my rubbish, not a content creator's rubbish. But some of the rubbish that I was actually spilling out. And then someone just assumes that maybe they can just copy everything I've just said and they just go out, make a live, and then they just say, now you see me after speaking all this, every day I make $10,000. To normal ears, it looks interesting and amazing. But to someone who knows numbers, they will look right through you.
True.
Like it's the same situation over there. Someone usually tells you that they are in a certain country and they're making 2,000 pounds on a daily. Now, for anyone actually who can run those numbers, we just enjoy.
I think, it comes back to that thing that you've mentioned, that I think they want such stories if such stories go viral here, what does the mind of a person who is here tell them? That I have to do what? To go and also make that. So they feel like, the daily bread is somewhere else, that it's not here.
Yeah, that is true and sad. Like I said, now, sorry guys. I don't know what I said sometime back when I said I like your lives. You see the calmness that you expose on chats, that is something traders should be having. Now, the loud mouths on the other hand, they make it feel like it's this adrenaline sport, it's this aggressive sport, it's this whatever sport it is. They start giving people the narrative of with $100 you can make $1,000. Absolutely, actually you can make $1,000 in one single trade. You can actually make $4,000 with $100 if you know what you're doing. But the saddest thing is you cannot make it every day.
True.
So now, the thing most people sell them, instead of them literally being here like, okay, yeah, you can come to me and learn, and I teach you a skill for you to try to make more income onto something. No, all we're going to sell to you is, do you see this thread? No, do you see this iPhone? I literally made it out of one trade. Now what's going to go on the back of these people? It's not going to look at trading as controlled risk. They are going to start perceiving it as gambling.
True.
And uncontrolled gambling. So a lot of people actually are going to lose a lot of money onto traders because of that thing. And one thing I can tell you is brokers love that.
They love the flipping mentality.
Yeah, they love it. Like, you have seen what's happening, and those numbers, most people just think that these numbers are cooked up. There are sites out there where you can get these numbers, these real numbers, because brokers have to give out these numbers to some organizing committees. Most people don't even know that there are organizations that control brokers. So they have to give out this data, whether they like it or not.
True.
Just like even on a long hold, there is this thing called the Commitment of Traders Reports, where the government has to force big hedge funds and big companies that we tend to maybe hold accounts for, and they need to assess every single account that is from there, and they send it to the government every after a certain period of time, for the government to see that some of you are not playing very dirty games. And anyone who's actually playing very dirty games, I can promise you they penalize them.
Oh, wow.
For those ones who do not believe me, they can go and try watching series like Industry, Devils. What's this one? With Billions. Just try to see how they behave on the trading floor. Now that is the kind of level that we're talking about. That's level 4. It is punishable. Up there, they can sue you. That's why I'm saying that people shouldn't just be running up here.
True.
It's a bit dark and dangerous.
Someone is asking, how do you reach the level of consistency, Because for them, they are losing, like they are saying, one loss, and then they are just trading anyhow.
Let me try and asking them a simple question before we continue. Are they self-taught or they are under some mentorship?
Okay, that's a good one. Probably they are self-taught because...
No. You're saying because?
They are commenting here on YouTube,
Yeah.
And they are saying they have lost so many prop farms. He is self-taught.
Okay. Here's the harsh reality that most of us do not want to know. Can you learn how to trade by yourself? Absolutely. But learning by yourself will take you longer as compared to if you go under mentorship.
True.
There is a difference between teaching and mentorship. Mentorship, now I'm going to leave for those ones to do their homework about teaching. I'm not talking about teachers here, I'm talking about mentors. With mentorship, someone is teaching you their life skills because the mistakes you're going to be facing, they have gone through them, evaluated them, assessed them, seen conditions on them. So they will try to first and foremost teach you that and hold your hand through such situations by telling you, okay, yeah. And for serious mentors, they are going to be evaluating you for a certain period of time.
True.
Because what mentorship is I'm showing you what I do, not what I did. So, for the consistency bit, I would advise you to get a mentor. Uncle Joseph is here.
Yeah.
Mentor. Yeah.
Contact me. My number is there.
Exactly. Let them contact you, reach out to you, and then you help them. Because the thing about and he's also the beautiful thing. Sometime back I had him saying that he's a therapist, so he'll also mess with your brain if you can't fix your own brain. Going back to serious things. Consistency in traders will span out to about 4 things. Poor money management, poor risk management, poor psychology, and not knowing what you're doing. Now, if you can grab a mentor who can help you with that,
to gain a bit of self-control.
You will gain because he will keep you accountable.
True.
He will tell you his life experiences, and in the back of your head you realize that, wait, hold on a second, I was thinking that I am too special, or maybe I am the worst person that there is. Because trading without mentorship, let's just say, and this is a disclaimer, getting a mentor is not a 100% proof for you to become a trader, but it's going to increase your odds of making it in this industry.
True.
And that's a fact. Whereby if, let's just say, someone wakes up early in the morning and they become self-taught, it may take you about 7 years to 8 to become consistently profitable. I'm not saying consistently winning, because I know you funny teachers tend to talk about consistently winning, which they even don't do. I'm talking about consistently profitable. So, before you spend 8 years, how about you going for mentorship and we squeeze down to about 2 years to 3 years? Because maybe you attacked Uncle Joseph and he held your hand and helped you scale down whatever you had to look for in the next 4 years, and you've understood it in a month. And now he's supposed to hold you accountable in order to derive that consistency behavior within you. And that's just my thought.
Someone is asking, it was Planet Finance. What you search for on YouTube, the videos you have to look for.
Yes.
Planet Finance.
It is Planet Finance. They will give you a lot of insight, and then you're going to understand a few things that, like Uncle Joseph was asking, that we look at differently. Because to us, the normal world is just a joke. And of course you'll understand. From there, you understand how relevant politicians are, so many funds. Basically, you not look at life the same, if I can try to summarize it.
True. You have inspired people, actually. Mainly these ones on YouTube.
People should be inspired by you. It's taking your time.
But the knowledge you've given them is important. At least, even me, I'm going to go and binge on Planet Finance.
Yeah, I pray that it helps them. That much I'm praying. But one thing I will tell them, if I'm to put a disclaimer, is guys, trading is beautiful. Once you learn the skill and you earn the skill, and we have about 4 levels in finance. I usually say when it comes to Planet Finance, things move in 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually 4 we tend to eliminate it because it's just automatic, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, even just looking at those charts, actually right now the chart I'm seeing above Uncle Joseph, the pattern still remains. So it's usually 1, 2, 3, 4. But trading is beautiful if handled rightly. It will save you from a lot of problems, a lot of unrequired things, but also you have to handle it with wisdom. The other thing I would advise people is, and I'm not just saying it here because I usually say it, get someone to teach you the right things. Yes, I understand. You can say you are going to go to YouTube
and teach
watch
yourself.
Videos, but yeah, but the thing, like unlike other people, I'm pretty sure very few people have been going to YouTube and looking for things like client finance.
Few.
But they do watch different videos on YouTube. I'm pretty sure very few people have ever heard about someone called BNF. And he's one of the greatest traders around the world. He was Japanese. Jesus, can you stop sending me these messages? YouTube is like a dumpster.
True.
I've always made that. You will find everything that is important, trash, blah 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 blah. Of course, substance is there, but it will be more safer for you to get yourself a teacher to teach you the right things that have worked for them, and then you have to consistently practice. Guys, just because you've come to Uncle Joseph to get lessons and he's trying to hold you accountable, he will only go so far unless you're also doing your part. If he tells you to go and do this and this and this, you by yourself have to go and put in the work. He teaches you something, like he tells you, okay, this is how they respond when they get to a buy level, this is how they respond when they get to a sell level. You have to go back and yourself and you do the homework, go through the charts, back test every single thing he's literally telling you, because he can only go so far to tell you for what he saw that works for him in the markets. It's up to you to go and do it, and then it becomes like second nature to you.
True.
And people don't just walk out of your jobs just because you discovered trading when you haven't made enough amount of money. I was always supposed to put that disclaimer.
Those are mistakes people make.
Yeah, hold on to that job until the markets give you enough amount of money over a certain period that will match your income. Only and only then would I advise you to now drop that job. Because yes, I understand most of you love coming here and seeing some of us who love making noise. How, okay, I'm going to remove myself from this category, whereby we are showing a certain flashy lifestyle.
Remove yourself.
Why? What if I'm also planning on showing what if I was showing my lifestyle for the last few days?
We would know.
But yeah, I know most of the people are sold up by the hype of the flashy lifestyle. Yes, you can reach that level, but Rome was not built in one day. You know,
True.
but don't give up. The fact that you've discovered trading, the fact that your lucky stars have enabled you to find like a platform like Uncle Joseph's platform for you to come and get some information. As you are here, other people are on lives that have nyash. I always say that other people are on lives that have gossip that has nothing to do with your self-development. But here you have been, you know, whatever you believe in, you have been enabled to land on such a life for you to get life-changing skills, life-changing information. use it. Take advantage of this. But if you feel like it doesn't work for you and you also want to go to the other people showing that flashy lifestyle, go there.
You go there.
You'll come back to us and give us your sad stories. And yeah, we'll laugh because I love laughing at these sad stories.
Yeah, many people come back, man.
You know, until the day when you get sold a demo account.
And you trade it and then you come back to us and ask us how to withdraw.
How to withdraw money from the demo account.
Right, trading is very very difficult for some people.
It is.
And people make it more difficult even for them.
Yes, it does. Because, like I said, one of the biggest problems when it comes to traders is we don't know. Okay, first, before you come into this industry, you must understand you do not know what you don't know. And that's something that collapses us. Uncle Joseph, I can see your number on WhatsApp. I'm interested in what you're selling. I will come up to you. But then I will forget my position that you're the teacher, I'm the student. The only reason why I've come to you is because I want to learn what you have. Now, instead of me coming in the teachable spirit, I'm going to come with my arrogance. Yeah, if you go to someone teaching you with your arrogance, I can promise you you're not going to learn anything. So you're supposed to lower your ego and let them help you gain their skills. Because they are teaching you from their experiences.
True.
They're teaching you what they have gone through, what they have seen in these markets. Let me just say an example. Someone would just come to me and say, I also want to, like, why do you look at your equity capital on such levels? Why do you look at this and this and this? Like I said, to me first it's experience, and I have done the work to understand why I'm supposed to spread out risk in such and such a way. I've also mentioned that there is a certain amount of money I'm supposed to be working with in a year. That means things are on a different level. That means I had to go to someone to teach me those skills. But like I said, if I came to that level, I started from somewhere. Because we all start from somewhere.
Someone has a question. So they are saying, as for me, I have become very good at direction of bias and I make money on demo accounts. But when it comes to live trading, I do not make money. I have lost 3 prop accounts so far. I use ICT and I'm self-taught.
Okay. One answer. Not one question. I'm not even going to give him an answer. But of course, he mentioned it. He said he's self-taught. Again, get a mentor.
True.
Because, one, personally, I can't make an evaluation without seeing your trading data. But most people don't even understand your trading data says so much.
True.
You know, just because you've learned ICT doesn't really just guarantee you of doing something, but you may not even know how to apply it into the markets. Now that is where you need a mentor, someone who has done it, because what they are instilling onto you is the knowledge of how to
do it, yeah. And it is proven.
And it is proven to them.
Yeah.
Saying that you've blown prop accounts, I can assure you, like I said, if you try to do it by yourself, and this is me trying to put it as nicely as I can, you can try to do it by yourself for 7 years. That's if you don't quit along the way. And by the time you make it, you would have wasted about 7 years, which would have been easier if you had someone to guide you through. Now for the ICT student, I'm pretty sure There are some things you're going to be looking at. To you, you'll be thinking that every other block does whatever you want it to be, the way, you know. You'll be assuming every gap is supposed to be going through. I'm pretty sure you say that you studied ICT, but you do not know the 4 categories of the ICT gaps. I know most people call them fair value gaps and they just leave them there. But actually, fair value gaps, according to the inner circle trader, they are distributed in 4. So, hence that's the reason why I'm sure, like I said, get a teacher, get someone to teach you. You can get an ICT mentor. I don't know the Uncle Joseph's teachers ICT, or you can come and subscribe to something different.
True.
I do not know. Yeah. But all I can advise him to avoid wasting more time and wasting more money, get someone to walk with you through that. I understand it's painful, I understand it's annoying, because every single time you think you're going to be passing a prop firm, something can happen along the way and lose the trades.
The problem you see with these people getting mentors, they'll go and get the flashy mentor because there is no criteria to get that you're going to get a good one or you know.
I tend to tell people that landing in certain spaces is by luck. It's by luck, otherwise everyone would have done everything. The fact that he even had to ask that question on your life, he can attack you, and then you have a certain conversation because you haven't shown him a flashy lifestyle.
True.
What you're trying to give them here is, for lack of better words, you're trying to expose the real thing about markets. Guys, markets reward patience. That's the reason why you hear me mentioning him, because I have seen him talking. I have seen him talking about his charts. I'm not talking about the aggressiveness that has to come into the markets. But when you approach someone like that, if you can try to steal something like that from him, if he can teach you how his insight on the market is, and you can make it. Now, for someone who has paid a lot of money through prop firms, trust me, by the time he paid money into a prop firm, that means he has bet a lot of money on the live account.
True.
So to save yourself from all that and more money to waste, get yourself a teacher.
Yeah, but the process of getting a teacher, for example, they may not get me, you know, but them going through that process of finding someone who is going to hold them properly and try to guide them is also tough.
Yeah, it is tough. Like I said, client finance wise, client finance is a very hidden secret, and in the Western world, it is heavily taxed because they know how much crazy amount of money you can make. I want you guys to assume that on every amount of money you'll be making, let's just say, out of a year, 50% of that amount of money will go directly into taxes. That tells you the returns on that scale. If the government is like, I cannot, there is no way I'm going to let you guys take all this money. And that's in the Western world. That tells you the strength of that.
True.
So yeah, let him one disclaimer. Let him reach out to you if he feels like. I'm pretty sure you give them your number because I can literally see it over here. Or let him get a teacher that he feels is comfortable. But let him also evaluate the difference between a mentor and a teacher. True. So let him get someone who's going to mentor him. I need to mentor him.
That's right.
It feels like I'm taking over your life, which I do not want to.
what you should search on the stream, it is finance what? Planet Finance, bro. Gabriel, you should search for Planet Finance.
All I know is, let me first, let me just open my MacBook and I see.
Me, I found it here. It is.
Yeah, because I want it, yeah. It has some rule and something, there are 9, there should be at least 6 episodes.
The YouTube channel is V Pro Documentary.
Yes, that one.
V Pro Documentary. And the series is Planet Finance. It is 6 episodes.
Yeah. Because I remember that it's like 9 or 6. There are 6 episodes, of which they are supposed to entail a few things. One of the things I think they first spoke about was how usually planet finance affects the world, more like an introduction to planet finance. But like I said, even this information, we keep it from normal people. Because I'm pretty sure not everyone had heard about those series, and they have been there. Like I said, just, you know.
It is even going to be my first time. Is the first one Nature of the Beast from Zero?
Let me just, I'm going to log in here, but that's the site. Yeah, that's the site, and so that's the channel.
The channel.
And people, it's not my channel. I have no affiliations with it. I have to also put that disclaimer. But some of the information that they were talking about is so important that I thought anyone who's trying to understand what they're dealing with. Sorry, I'm just trying to log in.
Okay.
But like you said, I hate it when I open my laptop because most of the times when I open it, my Discord also comes in, and then I'm seeing all messages from Discord.
Like, what do you have on Discord? Is it a channel, Discord channel, or what?
I'm on a certain channel of some fundamental traders and also my work buddies. We do have conversations in there and share some ideas. Some people can talk about different things, fundamental analysis if someone actually looks at something. Most of the time, breaking news in the financial world. Bloomberg sentiment overview of different things. So we try to share ideas and maybe try to comment and see what other people are talking about. Yeah, okay. Like a few minutes ago, someone has just put in an estimate. Well, so a view of Elon Musk has lost about 600 billions of his net worth within a month. But of course, in this Discord, we had already discussed why it would be dangerous for any of us to purchase the IPO for SpaceX. So that's why it was actually not good. Because we ran down the numbers and the facts during the discussion at some point, and then we were like, yeah, it is dangerous. And I don't know whether I shared it when we were with CYP, and I was telling CYP where our projection for the SpaceX equity is supposed to land before, I think, 11th of September or I think 7th September, 11th September, when there's a certain announcements that will come out. And fortunately, our prediction came to pass. As soon as the company went to a certain level, they went back to the true evaluation for the company, and of course people had to cash out. But of course, yeah, these are things you're supposed to learn along the way after doing the deep dive. So,
because there was a lot of hype on it, when they launched it on.
Yes, they were, but we were shorting it. And yeah, I'm going to tell people that. I'm not going to lie to you people. I made some money off it because I was shooting it. And like I said, CYP, I tried to show something because I was on a live trying to talk about it just a little bit. Because yeah, I couldn't explain everything because some of the analysis that I was using wasn't necessarily mine. Some of it was from the company analyst and is having terms and conditions. I don't want to get too much into it. Not necessarily we were looking at, but we were definitely looking at a lot of things, and it got people into trouble. So in that Discord, we decided that it was only safer for us to short it at a certain point, and when it went there, yeah, we did our level best to try to, okay, so here it is. I'm pretty sure there was a certain moment when I was busy having discussions with you, and I mentioned something called bar chart. Without going into, there's something called bar chart. Because I can't share this, let me see. I don't want to get into trouble. I'm seeing what I can literally share from these levels. Okay? Let me try sharing something on just for a few minutes. And that's will not get me into trouble. I don't want to get into trouble with these guys. Let me see. Share camera.
How do I see? Me, I'm not able to see,
I'm going to shift it a little bit. Okay? Because it's looking on. Okay. So there were certain levels on this stock that we are looking at that we knew were supposed to short it. And over a certain period of time. Our target is below this side, according to the analysts, but I won't go into details. But by the time actually we had the live with CYP, they were approaching this. They were approaching this level. And I was like, we are shorting this level because there is a certain percentage number we were projecting it to go to. So for us, we just started to short as everyone was bouncing onto the high. But of course, this level, I missed it myself, but I was in over here, and I shot it up to a certain percentage. Cashed out when we reached this level, and then came back again to shoot it from this level. And then we continue going. Because there's a certain estimated lower level we're supposed to be looking at, which is the true evaluation of the company. But that's a whole new subject that I don't want to go into details on today.
I was even looking. Oh wait, expand. How do I expand? Have I?
You just expanded.
Yeah, I was looking for it actually because I was seeing you in a smaller,
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let me just try to just show you something. I don't know whether you've seen it though.
I've seen a little bit.
Okay, let me just try to.
You show us again.
I'm not complicating things. People, I'm not complicating things. I had to open up my Windows machine. So, because my Mac has just blown out, apparently power is acting funny, but I'm seeing it, the Wi-Fi is on, but anyway, just to give you a simple, so there are things we look at, so this is the stock, for everyone who wondering what I was talking about, so this is the stock, and there were certain levels we were looking at to short that stock, because we knew everyone was going to end up the high. Actually, the initial amount of the stock was in this one. For anyone actually who's doubting, they can just go to YouTube Finance to understand the original pricing of that stock. Now, whoever invested at this point, they knew their money didn't come out. Actually, the ones who invested at the initial spot, it's somewhere down here. But they wanted to recover their money before doing anything. And of course, when you're dealing with stocks and stock behaviors, there are things they teach you to understand. And other factors and why we're analyzing it and estimating it to be short. So on the 17th of July, actually the 17th of June, that was the leveling day that we were expecting it actually to start dropping, to start selling out everyone's hype on this level. I, on the other hand, I was not in initially. But I went in for a retest, and then I started shooting from that level. And I was shooting up to the initial buying price. And then they gave me some indications. Of course, there are so many things involved in here, like the Commitment of Traders report or For those ones actually who love playing with order flow, yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be seeing some big numbers coming in here. Now, for those ones playing around with order flow and understanding the equity that was there. Now, their push at this level, let me try to see, at this level, it was about $2.7 million to try to push the price back up. But we knew they were going to sell. Hence the reason why, on the other hand, when I went out, I knew over certain factors that they were just trying to push back to a certain level over here. And when they got to that level, they had to push in about, someone had to take out the money. 1.7, well, almost like $2 million. And then they pushed it out, giving us a sentiment of now they are going to short it. Now, because they were within my shorting window, on the other hand, I was just shorting it. In fact, I started shorting it the moment they got to this level. That was on the, oh, Jesus, I just moved everything. Why is this one mentioning me in some private chat? Okay. So I started shorting it from the 170 US dollar level. Because one is a psychological level, it's a banking level, and the commitment of traders, it was a commitment of traders level, or what most people love calling a COT level. So I started shorting it from there aggressively. With a certain, of course, by saying aggressive, on a certain portion of my equity. So from there, because it was already a winning trade, the moment they returned to this level where I expected them to continue coming, I added in more positions, because sometimes after, of course, when you do go and you learn about risk management, like proper risk management, you understand certain percentages and how you can work with it. So I took this on this level, and then I also waited for them to return to this level, because initially it had given me a set confluence, and there was a COT level, how they call it, the negative, well, the negative delta level. At this point, I know they had almost respected it, and they were supposed to be going down. I don't want to complicate things, but just know this was another level for me for make an entry. So literally I have positions here, here, and here. I have closed about 50% of my positions, and the rest of them are still running on break even, but on this level, because that was the initial level. But if I see any changes up there, I will be, because I'm supposed to be like, after me going through and working the numbers onto it, for now, I'm just within the retracement levels where I'm supposed to be shorting SpaceX 70% and waiting for the 20% retracement levels just to take on the retracement span. But as you can see right now, SpaceX is $112. And the initial buying price previously, when you go, for those who actually who can go to YouTube Finance, the call for shares was 130 US dollars. That's the reason why I say that when we reach at 130, I had to take out about 50% of my positions. In fact, yeah, now I'm just holding to just see how far they can go until I see any fundamental reason why I'm supposed to be retracing it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just boring stuff.
Nice.
I think. But anyway, that's not the reason why we were here. I'm sorry for people who have confused.
That was nice, man.
I'm very sorry.
That is what we missed last time, when you were making a live stream.
Well, yeah, but like I said, I work with numbers before. On our level right now, where we are at, some things have to be fact-based. You are, because you're dealing with people's money, it's not just your money.
True.
And you do not want to get into trouble because you can be sued and arrested. You're supposed to deal with facts. Most people just think trading is just gambling. It's not. It is when you real fact basis The information is there. The only problem is you have to pay for it. Hence why you had Swipey mentioning that I have some data on some assets that goes up to 1960. I'm talking about daily data, I'm talking about weekly data, I'm talking about monthly data, and in that I can also derive quarterly data for me to understand how it works. I'm supposed to look at sciatic score, I'm supposed to look at the standard deviations, I'm supposed to look at the normal distributions and the alternative distributions and how whatever asset or pair is supposed to. So it's including the mean and the averages. So when you are trying to go into deep finance, not just short finance, everything has to be numbers based.
Data.
Excel becomes yeah. But again, the other disclaimer is that's not a level for having capital of $1,000.
True.
Yeah.
It's not yet for us.
It's not there.
For me and my people, it's not yet, but it is good, hearing about it.
Surprising enough, and this is why I always encourage people, is that is where we all started from. Yeah. We all didn't start from up here, whereby we're saying funny things that are scary. No, we all started from a certain level where they are right now, and we made a living. I tell you one of the things. Oh, yeah. So the documentary version is within Planet Finance. There is that documentary where it says to the nature, like you say, the nature of the beast, and then it continues moving, because of course they have a lot of videos within them. Yeah, but they will of course they will tell you about understanding value, fortune seekers. They'll talk about IPOs for those ones that you were asking about stocks. Just a few things, booms and crashes, and how they by themselves they just look at these things. So to them, it's not just about getting big entries and big outings. Now, for those ones who want to understand, guys, I know someone who's joining, and they were asking me whether I traded the gold sales. No. I did not. Someone just said they're on this live, they were just telling me that talk about your gold sales. I did not take those gold sales, though I knew the level that they were supposed to be going down, being 4,011 point, yeah. Because there was a reason for them to go down on that level.
Oh, wow.
Why is it?
They were asking you to tell them, the reason.
No, they were telling me, no, they were telling me, no, the person he's called David. He's among your watchers. I don't know where he's watching it from, but he just, I saw it flashing on YouTube, like, tell him about that God. No, I'm not going to talk about that God, because I wasn't in those cells. I was just in the buys up to that level. And then I was out. So yeah, just to give them a little bit of encouragement. We all begin from somewhere. And at some point, I too began from that level.
A man can dream. They'll get there.
They will. It is beautiful, but before you get there, you need to earn the right to trade big money.
True.
Right now, most people don't. And sorry. And like I told you last time when you were asking about why most banks in Uganda can't employ
Traders
on their trading floors. I'm looking for a polite word though to use. Let's just say they're not their cup of tea.
but we have VITs on spinning wheels from trading. Isn't that enough?
Um, because we talk about the bits, my bits that I have that has spinning wheels
Hey,
and flashing lights on the dashboard.
it is evidence that I'm trading really well. So
It is for your viewers and
but
our viewers. Yeah, because I'm looking for polite words to say these things that can get you trouble. But in some spaces, it's not good enough. It's not. There are some things we look at while evaluating some things. It's not just a matter of you just waking up early in the morning and here it is out. Now I was just looking at my recent modification. Let me try sharing. You just showing it. I wish actually TikTok would have allowed me to just share. But it'll be fine. I want to show you something. So this is what I was working on when Swag was talking to me. That. So this is what I was working on. Like you can see, sometimes you have data that can go up to 1962. From January 1962. And then you can understand how some assets behave. So some of the things have to be backed up by data. You just don't wake up early in the morning and you say, this is what I'm working on.
damn.
Yeah, so they have to be backed up by data for you to understand how a certain asset is supposed to behave on like high to low, daily closes, so these are the things I was talking about. The mean, the standard deviation, the different things, of course the margin and the max,
You go through all this.
Yeah, because I need to understand the asset I'm dealing with. And like you see those numbers for the S&P 500. So when you go through this data and you look at it without me complicating anyone, I'm sorry for those ones on YouTube, but when you go through some of these assets, you'll get to understand where the asset is literally behaving, leaning to or leaning towards. Yeah. So you get to understand. You get to understand how much that asset. Why am I moving this? I thought I had locked them. Also, you get to understand, like, let's just say, you also understand how some behaviors happen frequently, because that's also supposed to be there. Certain pairs do some things frequently in certain ways. Yeah. So you get to know that, okay, from the looks of these things and how I know this pair, and basing on historical data, this is how far this pair can do this thing. So when you're looking at that, like how SPIP was talking about the distribution of returns, that when you see doing some things in certain ways, you can use some of that data to be like, okay, now they have oversold it. Like, yeah, every institutional trader right now knows we've overdone it. We are going to turn. And once we reach those numbers, you already have the higher, like you have the, how do I put it? The fundamental view of things that we are going to turn, then you just turn to the technicals, just look for the right timing and level to enter from the technicals and just take the buy.
And the rest of us are just playing.
Not really, because if you say that, that's the same thing when you get.
Yeah, the rest of the people are playing.
No, they are not. Like I said, it depends on the amount of capital we're working with and the amount of money you're dealing with. truth. It depends on the amount of capital that because some of these things you don't really need them when you're not working on certain levels.
True. You can't go for $100 and want all this data,
You can't, because even the subscription for you to just get this money is just enough to just kick you out. So to me, it doesn't. Again, like I've always said, to me, it doesn't make sense for you to try. Okay, here's what I'm looking for. So when I was busy explaining to you, for those ones actually who need to understand the equity distribution. So I mentioned something like we have major caps, large caps, and then mid cap. This is usually what I want because of the different data that comes with it, the return levels, and because you need to understand how does it behave daily, how does it behave weekly, monthly, and in a quarter. Because like I said, for the quarterly summations, you have to calculate them yourself, and as well as the annualized returns on a certain asset. So your portfolio has to be distributed in certain ways in order for you to understand what you're supposed to be working with. And if one is going down, you just know how to pull it out. You need asset returns. I want to go here because the people's money, but also, the asset shares. So we have to really analyze it and know how it's supposed to be working. It's not just a matter of just waking up early in the morning because your USD looks nice and then you get it back.
Man, I think you're even the only one in UG doing this at this level.
Actually, I know 5 people who are much better than me.
They have even more data than this. Cause man,
They have more experience than me.
most people are on the basic level of trading. They just have trading view. Some don't even have trading view. They are like MetaTrader 5 and that's it.
I love the way someone has put it. All that data to make what percentage? That's a very good question.
But he's asking it on the basis of a small account. What he knows.
Yeah, that's why I say that you do not need it on certain levels. Because most people around are just traders. They are not managing portfolios. So someone can just wake up early in the morning and just tells you, I, on the other hand, am a gold trader, which is okay. If you understand how to trade XAUSD and it works for you and it makes money for you. I, on the other hand, I can just benchmark on just one asset. Because I have expected returns, I'm also supposed to look at a certain level of risk for my exposure. I can't just wake up early in the morning and just do things the way I want to because I'm bound by certain rules.
You have people you answer to.
I do have people to answer to, and I also have explanations to give when I do funny things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have to hand in a portfolio performance.
Like you're handing it over to people in Uganda, or it is no, definitely.
Well, I can't hand it over to people in Uganda, but no, I can't hand it to people in Uganda.
You can't. Well.
Yeah. So and of course, my portfolio, I have to enlist some of the things, like some of the assets. I also have to put in reports for the returns. Like you just say that you just put in some. I don't want to go into complicated words, but because literally I'm looking at some of those. There's a certain report I was just reading, which is just was over the weekend. You have to explain to yourself why you entered a certain amount of money based on a certain Sharpe ratio, and or a certain Carmel ratio to just identify the positions that you're holding. How big is your exposure into the market? like I said, this is someone's money. It's not just your money. So
It's
you're
not,
supposed
yeah.
to be messing around with it. You have to give an explanation of why, how, what levels are you at, reasons for entering your trades, not just because they look pretty. Oh my god, my position looks pretty. No. You have to, I'm pretty sure there's a certain point when I spoke about the Kelly criterion when I was talking to you. Yeah. So of course, so this is what I'm literally talking about, basically, because this is the Kelly criterion, but something like that, whereby you're supposed to even out to the 50-50 percentage. Of course, there is an adjusted quote in here, whereby you're supposed to explain. Otherwise, you're not just going to just come and waste people's money just like that.
You have to do math.
You do have to explain people's money and talk about the number of positions you're taking in. Otherwise, they will ban your account from the other side if they start seeing that you're taking unrisky positions. To them, it's just not about. One thing I'll just tell traders without getting into complications is before we're anything else in trading, portfolio management, and money management, we are risk managers. We must understand that we are here before we even think about the returns, the point of returns. We must understand how big is our risk that we're exposing to the market. Of course, yeah, on this level you can do the math onto how much onto the positions. Hence the reason why you saw that I could give you those numbers offhand, because it's something that I was just looking through a few days back. So you need to understand how much of the positions you're holding, how much returns are in, but most likely the asset you're holding is supposed to be heading to. And after revision and clarification into that, it's what fundamentals are playing in the asset. Because if you know you're holding an asset that is really making you money and haven't reached to your technical position of what we call the commitment of trader reversal region, and the position is still pushing, why on earth would you close that position? Of course, from the standard level where we are. You don't close it. You just continue adding on to those winners and also protecting your capital. Looking for more entry points until they give you an estimate of, okay, either VIX is saying we're going on the other hand, or maybe DXY is saying something else, and then you're putting other factors like order flow. How is it looking on a certain time frame? If they reach at a certain position whereby you don't trust them, you can close a certain level. Like you have me mentioning, you close a certain level of profits, you take them off. Because we are fast risk managers. That means if you're a risk manager, there is a certain portion of money you can only be so careless about.
Sure.
Your boss is more interested on how much amount of money you are risking in a position than you're funny thinking of flipping accounts. And here you can't flip accounts because you only have one account for a year.
You cannot. That level, it is, it's just different.
What are you saying is just different, it's just normal.
It's a different type of trading. It's not even this one we are doing.
Yes, and like I said before, and I'm saying it again, the level at which, okay, now let me also bring myself back to earlier because I have been there. But our level of trading right now that we are at can help us run with certain amount of money. The other level of hedge performance, runs with different amounts of money.
True.
And because it requires different amount of calculations, that's why the subscriptions that are up there are justifiable. But our level can actually, when you're holding it rightly, it's not hard for you to make $2,000 a month, and that's a lot of money in Africa.
It is a lot. Okay, but now after a person gets to that level, like they can make 2,000, 1,000,
Exactly.
uh, what's next for them? Like, of course, they want to make, to go to 4,000, right?
Yeah.
But how can they jump from now this type of trading, the normal one everyone is doing, to the
Uh,
hedge level?
First and foremost, and this is going to sound badly.
Don't discourage us. Can encourage us more. because because
Okay, let me first begin by this. When you go to trading, like you mentioned, there are different levels of trading.
True.
And if you can Google from your phone, there are these things what we call trading data. Right there where you I hear Swipey saying I'm discouraging. I haven't said anything, I just laughed. So different levels come with different things. Joseph, I would have preferred to have this conversation one-on-one with you.
That is true. But even CYPs, they are interested in,
Like,
because no,
I'm like, why are you putting me out here?
like, okay, anyway, you're right, but because now people have to dream, they start from this level down, and then you can go the route. There are different routes you can go when you start making some little bit of money, right?
Absolutely.
You can buy the vits and get the wheels, but now people who don't want to go that route, that want, okay,
And
now
also add these collates.
bulungi nnyo. But there are those people who want to go the route, okay, I've settled down, I've bought my Subaru, I want to advance this stuff, not just,
Okay. Why I first laughed, first and foremost, like I said, these things have levels. You can go to, well, first, right now, and people don't feel sad because I was there once too. There's what we call level 1 data. Now, that is where right now we are at. Because to us it's candlesticks, red, blue, green. Remember someone who told you some time back that all they have to do is to click green when they see green and click and then they do something. So there is that one. Then we have level 2 data, which we call order flow. I don't know why CYP is not helping me in this. We've already had this discussion. Just letting go out here to die hard. I haven't done anything. So, Uncle Joseph, I don't know whether using your other device, you can Google.
Okay.
And look at what I'm talking about.
Level 2 data.
Would it be okay if you remove me from being on the spotlight? Saying my thing. Like is going on and I'm like,
this one, I had forgotten. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Maybe CYP should come away. Them good.
Now I'm seeing Ghost coming here with his comedy, being like, "Can I be profitable in 2 weeks?" Ghost, please, my brother, go back on height. We're going to start being funny and mislead people here. So there are different levels or what we call benchmarks when it comes to trading data. And I'm not going to complicate it for people. So, of course, usually level 1 is what we call top of the book, because it's what most people start with. And even sometimes some of those people don't even find it. They don't even find the correct thing, We have level 2 data.
So, a question, if you don't mind. So, how does one skip from level 1 to level 2? Do they, after level 1, do they just be like, okay, subscribe?
You have to earn to go up there. otherwise you're going to blow money. Before you get from level 1 to go to level 2, have you made money out of level 1? And I'm not talking about you going in to make millions of dollars. Forget about these funny things that we tend to show you on TikTok. That you guys, for me, every week, I make $100,000. That is $400,000 in a month. Multiply that by 12. Look at that person. Even if actually, even if wherever they are trading with, they are charging them about 50%. Will that person be made able to? Does that person look like $6 million? Most people don't even know that when it comes to. No. Let me go back. But yeah, Uncle Joseph, you can.
Hey.
I was about to burn.
Ghost wants a GLE.
Man, don't buy Ghost. Ghost is going to cause you. Man, Ghost. Okay, now I'm even having someone I can use as an excuse. People, everything I'm saying here was told to me by Ghost. And don't say no.
The man has a GLE, Ghost.
Ghost may have a bit that has shining, spinning wheels and disco lights on top.
LED lights.
Yeah. So of course, when it comes to level 2 data, that is where we go to order books, which we call the order book matrix, which is order flow. And I'm pretty sure most people here have heard about order flow. You know, those things that you hear people talking about, deltas, absorption, the absorption levels, dead cut, deep cut, and those ones. The problem with level 2 is it requires subscription. That's the reason why I said, to me, it doesn't make sense. If you haven't even had the ability of making $20 a month on level 1 for you to want to go to level 2.
True.
Because level 2 is going to require you having subscriptions. Because what you're looking at is what we call market depth insight. So basically you are looking into the genie. Yes, I know someone. Okay, some people tend to say they can see your orders, and people say they can't see your orders. Yeah, I'm here to give you bad news. They can see your orders.
They see our stops and they.
There's a certain video I know as a recording. I was trying to show someone. Thank heavens the people on YouTube won't be seeing it, but the people here are seeing it. Let me see.
Wait.
Because I deleted it.
Let me expand.
I was filling in some orders, but it's some old video because by then I wanted to show someone was telling me it's impossible, and I was laughing. Hopefully I didn't delete it because man, I love deleting things. Let me see.
You are going to show me my stop loss on gold.
I even make recordings explaining why I do some funny things. My trading is not for the weak.
It's not for sure.
Let me see, it's on the capture. Oh Jesus! But it's on TikTok. I put it up there, then I muted it at some point. Let me see if I can see it. But you can. Why did I don't want to log on to. Okay, let me just log in. And again, this is not the time they expect me to be online. But okay, let me just try to.
But make sure you're not sharing sensitive information.
Yeah, that's why you see I'm going to. I can't share my passwords or something. Let me just verify if I'm using your phone. It's a lie. sending, relax, I'm sharing my account number. These guys are not giving me enough money. It's high time I start sharing some of these things. See, the funny thing about this level is that even if I give you the logins, aside from you looking and seeing, you can't access the money because it's the other side. Safely locked up. Because they know. They know we tend to do some funny things. They know. Because even I, on the other hand, I may be tempted to make miracles with that money. So they safeguard themselves to make sure that we do not make such.
You do not flip it.
I'm not going to pick you.
CYP will flip that account. That's what he does, man.
Man, sometimes if you have the ability to flip it, why not? You know?
But why would you flip it, you know? Because it is...
I'm saying Ghost saying some things. One of the things that you get to understand on level 2 is... Sorry. Why is my fingerprint? Okay. Recognize, enter the security. Okay. Man, it's as if I'm entering the vault of Bank of Uganda. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Just because they see your stops doesn't mean that you can't take advantage of it. You can actually make money on level 1.
True.
You can. But for... Let me first see... Okay. Hide. Let me see. Huh. Why am I being chased out?
When will CYP get to level 2?
Ghost, you are here, but man, Ghost, you promised me money, but you haven't given me money. Yeah, shame me on the live when people are watching.
You know this? You know Ghost? Oh, eh?
CYP.
20K.
CYP. Let me first put a disclaimer. People, I'm not a teacher. Half the time I don't know what I'm doing.
CYP 20K. Shall we afford 20K for Byron to take us to level 2?
I'm being told I'm out of memory. Oh. Previous data for stop loss orders has not been formed. Asked for that. Anyway. Without complicating things, let me try to show you some less sensitive things.
Because, you know, CYP also wants to be, you know.
Keyword, less sensitive things. Let me first see. Okay. Okay, give me the link. So these are... Let me see. Also, I need this one to give me the clusters. Okay. I want you to make it max, in a max mode. Okay. I think, yeah, I've hidden the right things. I won't get into trouble with anyone. So, when most people look at charts, however much they may look cute and everything, why is my mouse being high? Yeah. So, these guys will see your orders in here, your funny orders. But with every candlestick, as you're looking at it, when you expand that candlestick, it has numbers onto it. So, sorry about that. When I'm to expand this candlestick, you see that we have deltas, like how you can see from this level. I don't know why my phone is acting funny when I'm trying to express the image. I don't know whether you can see it, but on that there is something where it says okay, let me just read it for you. So there is where we call delta volumes and delta sessions. With every entry that you people think you are taking on whatever candlestick it may be, every candlestick that you look at as a candlestick is not just a candlestick. It's a combination of buying and selling orders, or what we call deltas, without me making it complicated. So this is literally like level 2 data. It will give you direction, and also you can see the volumes that come in. Now, I wanted to show you real life data from what we call the DOMs. Here they are. So there is this. Every single stop loss you think you are putting in, it's right there.
Okay.
Everyone. Now there is a way of interpreting this, depending on whatever time we're looking at it anyway.
This looks like level 4, man. Are we still talking about level 2?
Well, that's more like, because this is order, it is order flow. Now, of course, there is a little bit of mix because of these guys and their subscription limit. There is what I wanted to expand it a little bit, and I put it on a higher time frame for you. It's not fancy. It's just normal things.
Man.
It's just normal things, but okay.
Ghost is going to stay with his Musumari strategy.
Just know, when it comes back to our level 2 data, like we were talking about, there is what we call order flow. Because we're supposed to be looking at order flow. Yes, it's okay. Can shut down. There's what we call order flow. Because now you're looking into the genie in the bottle inside. You know? Yeah, so confirm it's me. So, oh Jesus, I don't know what is wrong with this thing, but it's being funny. Okay. So, from there, because you're dealing with order books and what we call the electronic communication network, routing the orders, there you'll be there and you'll be able, like I said, you can Google for yourself. You'll be able to see what we call how fast the buyers and sellers are moving into the markets. You'll be able actually to see them, to look at the orders. You can look at the orders. That video that I tried to put up on TikTok and I didn't put it down I was trying to show, because by then I was trading Nasdaqs. And let's just say I pushed it to some comfortable numbers on that very day. Because I started out with a drawdown. Okay, let me put it this way. I started with a drawdown of about 1,500 because I had some consecutive losing trades. But in that one day, I ended up taking my account to about 11,000.
In a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
it's not about the numbers. I know people who make more money than that, right? Because to my level, it's not just about a single day trade for evaluation. We're talking about we are supposed to be evaluated over a certain period of time. You know, it's not just because you just got one winning day and then you think you've made it in life.
True.
It's after a bunch of trades. That's why you had me sometime back when I was speaking to you and I was like, most people say a certain strategy doesn't work, but do they have the data to back that claim up? I will come here and then you teach me something and I start saying, you guys, the thing Joseph is teaching
doesn't work.
That can't work. Me, I knew it's all fake. But have you tried your level best to make at least take about 100 trades using everything he taught you? Exactly the way he taught you? If you can actually take trades with everything that he has taught you, about 100 trades, and then you get to discover that that strategy works about 40% of the time. If the risk management he also taught you and the money management is enough, I can assure you, you can't come here to tell us that that strategy doesn't work, because the numbers will be different.
True.
Yes, your win rate will be low, but your returns, which we love calling percentage returns, you'll be on the other side.
True.
So, with even a 40% chance of you winning, according to me, that strategy is amazing. It's marvelous. It's powerful. But then you see people here who are so lazy to even put in the work. They'll come to your mentorship, and because they have failed to apply everything you've taught them, they'll get the guts to come out here and make noise on the internet of how if people were scammed. The things Joseph is teaching do not work. But if we sit down and they ask you, have you applied everything that he told you the way he told you? Is that how you did it? Or there were moments where you just woke up from your sleep, looked at the charts, you didn't do the due diligence, and then you just said, I'm entering because I'm a market king right now. I went in for some mentorship. I'm a god. And then the markets tell you, and then the markets tell you, here we love gods. No? Yeah? Market God. Yes, we are very good friends, and then they will humble you because these markets can humble.
I'm telling you.
These markets can humble you. They will give you the grace that you need.
They'll humble someone really well.
Because yes, I know I'm speaking right now and I sound so smart, but people, I can give you one disclaimer. At some point, I was humbled too.
And everyone.
There were days where I could show up thinking that I am the best of the best. And then after me getting to being punished by the markets, I sit down and I start telling the markets, I'm so sorry, I was misled by all my friends. They lied to me.
You mean even Uncle Josiah gets humbled?
Ghost, I want you to pass this message. I haven't mentioned any people's names on this.
No one has mentioned any name. I'm just asking.
The problem is I don't know who you're talking about. And I'm sticking to the statement, I don't know who you are talking.
I'm talking about the best of the best.
I don't know. You know me, I'm not. And how would I know the best of the best personally?
Oh man, Byron, you know people. That is one thing I know.
Ghost knows more people than me.
Ghost Timoferi. Ghost.
So you know, Ghost is one of the most stubborn people.
He's very stubborn.
He's one of those very stubborn people in this community. So,
Man, I don't think there is a trader you don't know, Byron.
they are there.
I doubt. I highly doubt.
They are there. But like I said, at some point, people get to know each other, and then at some point, people don't know each other. But one thing for me, I praise myself is I wish more people can come into the convention, then they take over the gap, and they also teach us something new, so that we also sit back and we laugh. You know? Ghost, please, this is a serious live.
Goes
This is a serious live.
He wants to come and teach us USD HKD.
But anyway, going back to the question that you asked me before I went running. So, like I was saying, so level 2 data, or what we call level 2 trading data, is you get to see what we call those order flows, or some of those things that you were saying. But even those ones, you have to be taught how to interpret them.
True, of course, you need to study first.
Yeah, it's a very different course that does not just entail just looking at a green candle to click buy and sell. You know? But the problem with that, and the issue I have with that, is that it requires you to have some subscriptions. Now, if you haven't made any money out of the market, why would you be pushing yourself on such a high element?
Because they want to be like Byron trading.
People do not be like me. I also
Private equity.
Just let that one stop. Anyway, but so that's what's happening, because like I say, on level 1, it's just the top book, you know, just saying what the interpretation of what the candlesticks are supposed to say. Level 2, you go for what they call, well, the depth into the order book, you know. Now, here's a thing that I must put a disclaimer. Scalpers, it's okay to deal with level 1. But if you're an active swinger, you can go to level 2. Because with level 1, it's just our typical broker best. But level 2, it entails, now you start moving into that monthly fee subscriptions.
So I think it is even good for level 1 us to just, be mainly best with, the technicals.
Exactly. Of course, you will need the fundamentals, not for you to go in the wrong place. But anyway, disclaimer, these are just my personal thoughts, without complicating things. You can try to understand a few fundamentals. But like, your trading account is $1,000 to $500. And if I'm to go by the real percentage returns, because remember, per entry, per asset, I expect your approximate returns to be, if you're normally trading and not gambling, with a 30% risk, or should I say, with a 20% risk on your portfolio, on your asset, your return should be about 4x. Yeah, let's just select, yeah, which will equal to about, let's just say if you're risking about like 30% of your account, which is about 120%. Yeah, just basically. So if you're still dealing with those small amounts of money and you're just trying to earn a living, what should I say, add on to supplement the amount of money you're making today, level 1 is okay.
True.
It is very okay. Before you go into subscriptions, yes, I understand right now it sounds like I've been seeing some videos whereby people are now saying, I'm teaching you order flow. With order flow, you're 100% proof. Then in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay. The only disclaimer I must put out there is order flow is not the holy grail.
But you're getting to level 2 now.
Yes, of course, but now you're on level 2. But here's where it becomes actually more different. Now, the other data that I'm showing you, that's level 3, heading into level 4. Because now we're highly concentrated on trying to understand that, okay, however much on level 2 we are seeing the order books and the entries, but are we able to see the comprehensive data of how deep those things are? Now that is where we switch to percentages. That's where we get to see what we call, now like I said, you can see where the stop losses are. That is where we reach the level of manipulative quotes. You know, where you're going to see direct exchanges. It kind of looks like, I don't know, let me say it kind of looks like total market transparency, but it's not really. Because you're also going to see some of the dirty games that are played up there.
At the top level.
But, of course, you can see the manipulation. You can see them. So this is a thing most people don't even understand. See, when you click, let's just say, when you click buy on XAUSD, and let's just say you're doing 0.1. If I'm to spread it out, what necessarily you're literally saying is, I have a hunch that I am going to buy 10 ounces of gold at this price, but if I'm wrong, and the 10 ounces of gold reach this level, get me out on this level of accepted loss. But if I'm right, and it reaches, the 10 ounces of gold reach at a certain level, which is the hot currency in this situation, cash me out. Now the difference between my entry level for gold, for my 10 ounces of gold, and the exit level for the 10 ounces of gold, I want you to get that difference and then multiply it by the true value of the 10 ounces of gold right now that I have, and then give me the amount of money that I've made off that exchange. That is what people do whenever they click buy or sell. And people say, I bought gold on this, yay. I've sold it on this, yay. What the statement I usually love people saying, how did you trade today? I bought your USD. You bought you. Okay. You know, but then again, I think these are things you get to learn when you're more into this industry for a while. And these are teeny tiny corrections that we can correct on ourselves. But then again, like I said, level 1, free to all. Retail investors, you're good to go. Level 2,
you start
swing traders. Level 3, market makers and institutes and institutions. Because this is restricted data. That's why I told you that for me to log in, you had me saying, oh, my fingerprint, because you're supposed to log in. but you're not logging in on your own. You're logging into the company that literally, think of it like Uncle Joseph has a certain market. But Uncle Joseph, his company, knows the true value of vanilla. Now, in order for me to go in there to understand the true market cap for vanilla, I have to go there with Uncle Joseph's ID to be like, I'm Uncle Joseph's employer. Like, okay. So when you do something wrong, Uncle Joseph, one of your employees messed up with this. Hence the reason for security that you had me to say, okay, they're asking for my CME, like identification. You just don't go in there.
It is.
And now that also charges them more money, because even look at level 2. If right now on your computer you just go there and you type in Sierra Chats or Ninja Trader or Cluster Delta, even just for Cluster Delta, and you type in the cost for Sierra Delta. So when you go to Google and type in the price for Sierra Chats, you look at that that cost. These are not costs as we as normal people would just be. I mean, you haven't made any money off it, and then you think you'll be going in for such subscriptions. That's a lot of money for anyone. It's like how you haven't learned how to even trade on level 1, and then you think you need a Bloomberg terminal. For what? I'm trading with a Bloomberg keyboard. For what? What are you going to do with it?
For sure. Damn.
So without boring people, but yeah, of course these things have different levels. That's why you get to see that I can tell you that you're going to reach levels where you're going to be paying for, first of all, you're going to be paying 1,000, you're going to be paying 12K for
to learn.
12, yeah. Because they also know you need certifications, because by then they expect you to be holding some serious money. Despite you being in that institute, you're also going to be paying about like $3,000 to just select one of their mentors to mentor you. You know? Not to teach you. To
mentor you.
Like, keep an eye on you. And then you'll also come back to our level 2 data to see, by the way, on level 3, that is where you get to know the number of people who have lost trades and how much amount of money is being spent in different economies.
It's on level 3.
Yeah. That's why you saw that I just told you that, okay, according to the data, you even get to know the websites. That's why I told you that according to the Capital Markets Authority, you get to know the numbers, you get to know the numbers in different places, and then you're like, oh, okay.
True.
On the level 3, level 4, that is when they teach you about brokers, because they expect you to maybe work for one of them at some point.
At level 3.
Yeah, level 3, level 4. So you need to know these things.
Damn.
But on level 2, level 2 you can have your fun because you'll be seeing them. But I'm pretty sure someone who really knows what they are doing at level 2, keyword, really knows what they are doing at level 2. Most people can subscribe to some institutions and they pay about like, some can go for $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. Because someone who's going to teach you, they're going to teach you, but they also need to subscribe to some of these things.
True.
So before you jump into those things and you're still trading $1,000 with a sensible return of maybe weekly $100, it doesn't make sense for you to go in for such subscriptions. But then again, that is my layman's understanding, and I don't think my understanding is really that good.
Ah, wow. We shall keep learning, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, for purposes, actually, and I'm also giving up a promise. This is the last time I'm on Uncle Joseph's live, and I'm talking about level 4 data.
Ah, bro. We have to talk about people need to know
but you and me, but not on the live, because sometimes
true.
it's just, you can scare people to thinking that
That's true.
I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, guys, for the equity cup right now, level 1 is okay. You do not need to go up there. I know this is going to seem hard.
Someone is here, okay. Who Ghost, your friend has joined.
Just before you begin, let's first put a few things straight. You don't entertain violence on this live. No, I'm not violent. We are not attacking any men.
I saw you know Ghost from before.
Ghost, we are not defending any mentors. I came here because gold has just given me my take profit. I don't come.
So you have come to share with us the profits.
I know you because someone they drop a comment in the comment section. There has to be that to back my confidence, bro. Because when it is talking about trading when I've just eaten stop loss. Yeah, it's true, but no, we have our violent lives, but this one I don't become. I cannot. Now, Uncle Jose.
Yes, sir.
Like I've been watching your live streams,
and
I really appreciate what you're doing. I encourage you to not give up. Continue giving people some education, the least they can get, because this industry here in our country,
true,
it is very, very down, very down. Because I don't think we even have more than 10,000 traders. I'm talking about the number, not only profitable ones, but the number. 10,000. We might not even be 10,000. And yet, this is a complex thing. Trading is complex. Very, very, very complicated. But then, people should know that when you give it your time, you understand it, it becomes simple. Wake up in the morning, take your trade. The problem is with waiting, waiting for those setups to align and you take that trade. And we Ugandans, if you want to keep your money safe, keep it in books. Because people don't want to read.
True.
But when you read and you give this trading time, because these are patterns that repeat every day. The market repeats that same thing, but then in a different style. It's going to give you a change of character. It's going to give you need to just understand, when am I supposed to take a continuation trade? When am I supposed to take a reversal? When am I supposed to wait for a retracement? Those are the three movements of the market. Continuation, reversal, retracement. 3. It does not have any other movement. Because if it is in an uptrend, it will continue up. If it changes, then it will give you a change of character, state of delivery, it will go down. If the market is consolidating, like I have been asking myself, why did I enter into this consolidation? And if the market was to give me a stop loss, who was I supposed to blame for that? It was supposed to be me. So let's just respect our money. Let's respect the job, because this is a job. It's a job where Byron has a stop loss. He told me he was in a drawdown, and his drawdown is equivalent to my inheritance. You say no violence. But you know, whenever I see Joseph on the line, I know there is some education going on.
True.
And I like that. I love that. Yeah, that's what he's changing his lives. He's even, you know, I like realistic traders. Thank you. He's realistic. He tells you that you take 100 pips. 200 pips from the market is too much money. Take it, gain the confidence, play with the lot size. That is trading for you. If you take 200 pips with lot 1, that is $2,000. Even there are some civil servants who don't get even that money in a year. True. They are there, but they are working for the government. I can see where you're going. I'm here praying you don't go where I see where you're going. I am saying, I'm talking about how realistic Joseph is. Like I say, you're speaking and I'm praying. Continue speaking. We have people in this industry who want to take 15 risk to reward. 1 is equal to 15. My friend. My friend, even if your father is a market maker, being consistent with the 15, you promised me that this month you're going to be a good person. What happened? It is ending. Then there are also other people who think they are going to come here with their YouTube risk management and they are going to make money in this market, where they are going to risk 1%. If you have a $100 account, what is 1% of 100? You're going to risk $1. Which entry model is going to give you a stop loss of $1? It and hope. That is why people should be realistic. You risk 1%. Maybe if you have an $100 account, $100,000 account, because 1% is going to be something like $1,000. That is very real. True. But you have a $100 account and you have to risk 1%. Don't even put a stop loss on that one. Yeah, just put the trade and let the account be the stop loss. No, let's be real. I'm not in these things. I'm quiet. I'm listening. Now, Byron, you see me my problem. Eh? Me instead of trading a $100 account, I buy a prop firm. Yes, I get that 100. Then I say like the account is $50, 10,000 account is $50. I buy that account and trade those challenges. Then I get a profit split. Even if I make $500 with it, I get $400 profit split. That is better than having a $100 account. But you're going to find people on these live TikTok lives saying that prop farm is bad, prop farm is this. Do not buy a prop farm when you don't know what you're doing. The first capital in trading is knowledge. You first acquire that capital, that mental, emotional, psychological. That is the knowledge you need. Then after that, you're going to sit behind those charts and you're going to simply mark your zones, wait for price to come and react. People, you know, like when we tell people that I trade fair value gaps and order blocks and liquidity sweeps, someone will see the market in an hourly fair value gap and they'll just enter that trade. But we trade the reaction in the gap. When the market went to the gap, what did it do? Now, where do you find how to interpret what the market does when it reaches the fair value gap? Is the knowledge you have to acquire. You find someone who's going to begin a pineapple fruit juice business. They are going to source, where am I going to get the pineapples? Which pineapples are sweet? Which pineapples do this? How much sugar is needed there? Do I need to cool the water? Do I need a cooler? They're going to collect all that data. Then they begin making the pineapple juice.
True.
But someone is coming to trading and they want to make the money. They don't want to get into that educational part. And that one is going to kill us. It's going to kill the industry. We are going to find people talking about trading as a scam. It is a scam, doesn't work. They are going to go and begin looking for the data on the internet. 89% of traders don't make money.
What if I want to buy a Vitz with spinning wheel? If I want to have, what if I want to buy a Vitz with big lights? Hey, I said there ain't no violence on this life, sir.
No violence. Only ghost who has a GL is allowed to make violence.
Now, I'm going to Katumba. I'm going to tell you one.
Ghost, we are sorry. Let me pass the Ghost, we are sorry. Please don't do whatever you think you're going to do.
He has even muted himself.
No, I think he's on a call.
Hey. Where is CYP in all of this? Why hasn't he joined you?
Okay, now I was saying, me, I bought my first car in 2013. A Land Cruiser TX at the age of 24.
Yes, sir.
And it wasn't from trading. I was doing other things. So having a GLE doesn't mean that you're a profitable trader. And as I know Joseph and Byron, if we are to say the truth, you know that. If we look for GLEs that are this time, their owners are not traders.
Why are you putting me in these things?
What are the traders who have GLEs? So me, I don't think a GLE defines which kind of trader you are. Now, what defines what kind of trader you are is your P&L over a period of time. Not in one day, not coming here today and you put a trade and tomorrow you get a win. We want you to get wins in 3 months. Show us your profitability within 3 months. That is when we determine which kind of trader you are. Some people have interests in different things. There is someone who's going to buy a yacht. As you think of GLE, someone is thinking of a yacht. Some other person is thinking of buying land in Kisasi. Another one is thinking of buying land in Guru.
Like me.
Another one is thinking of farming chickens.
Like swipey.
Another one is, so we know we are not going to. I don't know we are going to force
this man.
however much we are going to force people to think like we think. Let's first. The only thing that is universal is, I think, it's the market. The market is universal. It is the same. Those guys in Thailand, we the guys here in Uganda, other guys we are seeing the same market feed. But what makes the difference is how do we think, how do we interpret it, is what is going to give us the difference. So, let's encourage these people. Let's encourage our younger ones to put so much effort in learning the art.
The skill, yes.
Once you learn the art
and learning the right things.
Okay, like now CYP, like I talked about incorporating time and price. CYP, the market, me, what I studied about the market, I studied ICT. And we have what we call kill zones. We have certain times of the day when the market does what. When you learn that at a certain time of that day, the market is going to either retest a gap, sweep an old low, an old high, or create a high, then your trading is going to be simpler. Because me, when I wake up in the morning, at 3 p.m. That is when I wake up to look at the charts and see what it is doing at 3:30. It is morning here in New York.
You're making the rest of us look bad. Okay.
No, the thing is, I look at the charts at 8:30. That is 3:30 Ugandan time. That is when I look at the charts. The whole day I'm doing other things. And during that time, what am I looking for? Is there a fair value gap that was created in the previous session? Is there an old high that wasn't taken? What is the direction of the market? Because at that time, the market already has direction. Because when you wake up in the morning at 7, 8, 9, going to the market doesn't have direction. But when you go to the markets at 3, most especially those people who trade gold, at 3, you'll find that market with the direction. And it is just going to test something and give you your gains. Yeah, and that one does not make you immune. That it gives you immunity to stop losses. No, you're going to be stopped up. You're going to make losses, but minimizing them.
True.
The goal is to minimize the losses and maximize the profits. Take two trades. If you can successfully take profit on 2 trades, and you take your maximum reward. Even if you take other 3 losses, you'll still remain with profits.
You'll be good, yeah. Very true.
So getting the right info. Now, CYP, we have a problem about information. Byron, we were talking about some statistics sometime. That before the 20s, before 2014, there was less social media, and the number of profitable traders was higher. Now today, 2014 to now, social media is rampant. YouTube, TikTok, and the number of profitable traders has gone down. Why? Because we have a lot of noise. Everyone is telling. You're going to find someone saying that. Someone will begin their video. ICT doesn't know how to trade. ICT is a scam. Then he tells you, click the link in my bio, and I give you my strategy. Now you're going to grow up thinking that ICT is a scam. You're going to see he's going to have valuable information, and you're not going to go through that information. Sure. You're going to take someone who's going to sell to you a course that they are not going to interpret for you. Someone is going to give you something that is right. It is right, but he's not going to interpret it for you. Me, I struggled with how to identify a break of structure. Someone was telling me, break of structure should be a candle body closure. But a candle body closure, where? Was the question. Where? And now, another one told me that when a high is taken out with a candle wick, so you wait again for a candle body closure above the wick that took out the other wick. And that was wrong. Until I found the real information that the wick that breaks the previous structure, that high that breaks the previous structure retains the ability to break the next structure. And when I found out that, it became smooth. And it took a lot of time. Like me, I took a lot of time because I was self-educating myself. I was researching. I was going to YouTube. I was going to those social media handles, and I was looking at many things. But when I got someone who told me, a mentor, who told me that, bro, this and this and this, stick to this and this and this and this. And when I stuck to that, things started clicking. They started clicking. So when you're looking for the right information, you need to look for the right people. Question is, how are you going to find the right people? there is a saying that says that real recognizes real. You be real to yourself, then you recognize what is real. But if you begin having those weird choices, you're going to recognize fake. So today is when I saw orders in a candlestick, and now I am wondering what I've been doing with my trade. I'm trying to doubt my life choices. No one is doubting anything. But the good. But do you remember? Do you remember we had a discussion. A quant. We had a quant somewhere. There is a day we had a quant somewhere. Oh. But he gave us a buy on S&P 500. But up to now, it has never gone to profits. It is going down. He gave us, I think it was at its all-time high, and he told us to buy. It has been 4 weeks. The thing is just going down. And he has, when you look at his chart is like a zebra with the lines. Hello. And that is how people mislead others. But I loved the quant and but like Joseph, when I say we've seen problems, in this industry, we've seen problems in this industry.
You guys have started with violence, eh?
I told the quant that one is going to sell to Nudewansi, and he was like, it started from. Just to add on what Ghost was talking about, that's why I said most people tend to think that level 2 is a holy grail without factoring in other things. Now, basing on everything we were looking at, we were entering the cell levels, but someone came out showing us that they are quants and telling us they are really good. Truth be told, S&P 500 decided to respect the quant by unquanting. And we were there laughing. Do you know you guys, let me tell you one thing. Me, when I look at your chart and I see an indicator, this incident, CG moving average and all that, I just, in fact, that is a red flag. If you have an indicator, then I doubt your interpretation of the market. Because if you're trading and you've traded for some time and you cannot an indicator lags, you need to be in the markets real time. Like there is someone who doesn't know that the candle movement on MT5 is different from the candle movement on TradingView. People don't know, but TradingView is 5 seconds behind MT5 because MT5 is closer to the liquidity pools. Sorry, to the liquidity provision providers. Yeah. There is also another one who did know that MT5 creates a Sunday candle. On Sunday, when you go to Monday, you'll find a small candle that represents Sunday. In most cases, you're going to scare people. No, these are things that you need to look at. When you trade every day, you'll see them. That on Sunday, there is most, like me, the prop firm I trade is from the UK. So,
which one?
I trade Equity Edge. And you find everyone saying Equity Edge. I don't know whether I am an influencer. No, I saw you. You even wanted to come after my bits that has spinning wheels. No, me, I just follow my rules. Now, let me tell you, Bible. When I take one trade, and I make the money that I want to be paid out in one trade. What is that proof I'm going to tell me? I take my sell or my buy, put my stop loss, and it gives me my take profit, and it is one trade. It is not during news time. It has a stop loss. Exactly. There is no drawdown. What are you going to tell me? What? The exact reason why I say that I usually laugh at people trading news when they don't even know what they are doing. I didn't want to make it. Why would you trade news? Why? The volatility itself. First of all, even news, sometimes you see that news doesn't have liquidity. Sure. That one is the market fulfilling an external factor. Because it is that during that time is the only time when when the algorithm is changed to manual and it's no longer automatic. It is when